dares to soar, planting knowledge like a seed. With patience and kindness, he shows the way, turning clouds of confusion into a sunny day. He's got the wisdom of the real world skies, guiding us higher, helping us realize that flying's not just a dream in the blue. With Forder by your side, you can make it true. Fly with Forder where the knowledge flows, through the winds of wisdom where the passion shows. He's the captain of kindness, the teacher we need, helping every simmer take off and succeed. He speaks in calm tone, steady, clear, breaking down the lessons, erasing the fear. From takeoff to landing, he covers it all. In his virtual cockpit, you'll never feel small. A community's heart, a mentor, a friend. He'll stick by your side till the lessons end. It's more than a game, it's the art of the air. And with Forder's guidance, you'll always get there. Fly with Forder where the knowledge flows, through the winds of wisdom where the passion shows. He's the captain of kindness, the teacher we need, helping every simmer take off and succeed. From the first cold start to a perfect flight, Forder's dedication is our joy and pride. In every stream there's magic to find, a passion for flying and a heart so kind. Fly with Forder where the knowledge flows, through the winds of wisdom where the passion shows. He's the captain of kindness, the teacher we need, helping every simmer take off and succeed. So here's to Forder, our guide in the air, a pilot of patience with a heart that cares. With every new lesson, our dreams take flight. Flying with Forder, we reach new heights.
Hey, look at that mess. Wow, as soon as I go to that screen, it's like, there's something different about my camera. What do you think, you guys? Let's see. Even your screen's not up, you guys. Where did the guest screen go? Huh. All right, we'll fix that, yeah. Up close and personal with Howard Forder. Welcome to the channel. It'll fix in a second here. My camera program was frozen. You don't know until it happens, right? There we go. Ooh! All right, and now we got to get... where's the guest camera? It's supposed to be there. Guest zoom is right here. Huh. What's with that?
Oh, is it there now?
No, it's there. Yeah. Oh, because it was on you. Oh, I see.
Because Mike just has a green screen. He doesn't have a camera, so whenever he speaks, he just vanish.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's all right. So when Mike speaks, there's nobody there. Got it. Booting up the plane, Barry Bolin says. All right. And thanks for your sub. That's great. Just subscribe. Great. The Cows DA40. Yes, I am. Because, you know, because of Tuesday. Right? So might as well get to know the plane even more. You know, we let Tommy do the fly. He did the demo. He did all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm going to just keep flying it until I get better at it. Yeah.
Talk again, Mike. I got more stuff to do over my shoulder behind me here.
Sure thing. How's that?
Yeah, that's a great way to blank the screen. So I'll say, hey, Mike, can you blank that for us?
It doesn't give you the big gray block either.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Paul says a little too close for comfort. Yeah, Paul, it's like, yeah, up close and really personal. Yeah. But you can still hear Mike, though. Yeah, that's cool. So you guys, the one you don't see is Noiseboy Mike on voice. And And the ones you do see, we've got Ace with us today. We've got Andrew with us today. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Oh, Andrew's not here right now.
We don't have Andrew here right now. Andrew has left the building. Should we play the music with it? And Ace, 46 months, man. I can't even count that high. 46 months. What does that make it? 4 years? 3 years? 3.5? I don't know. And Tyler, how you doing?
I guess that's 2 months shy of 4 years.
Holy moly, man. That long. That long. Yeah. Jeepers creepers. That's amazing. And those of you tuned in on YouTube, welcome! We're also simultaneously tuning in on Twitch. Twitch is our main channel for these Saturdays, and we thought we'd include you guys on YouTube for if you don't happen to be using Twitch, and it just gives you some variety. So all our shortcuts, you'll hear comments in chat. Those are all Twitch chat comments. And our flight plan, there is no flight plan today. We're just going to start at one airport and continue from there. It's our Acapulco vacation today, you guys, because a lot of you are in deep freeze and you just need a vacation. So that's what we're doing. And we're just going to keep flying till the time runs out, whatever airport we end up at. You know, we've done flight plans before where our destination is still too far away by the time we get around closing time, so we just land at some airport and say that's it for the day. But today we decided just to start here. Acapulco, if you've never been there, of course, is a destination for vacation. Lots of beaches, white sands, and gorgeous sun. This is on live weather on my screen, and live time, and it looks great. Let me just look at other screens here. I'll open them up in my preview window, and I see nobody's streaming to me yet.
I forgot to say, let me send to you now.
Okay. So Tyler, anytime you're wondering, just put in exclamation point server, but we're always on Southeast Asia server all the time, just so we don't confuse anybody. We've been doing that for years. It was the best multiplayer server all these years in 2020, so we kept doing it because everybody's used to it. Krabby One cliff diving competition. We've done that before. Yes, yes, yes. With airplanes. Yes, yes, yes. The first year anniversary of 2020 sim, we did cliff diving. It wasn't a competition. It was just try to get your plane to fly before you hit the bottom. Some people called it sick, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We actually did have a couple of people offended, but everyone else had a ball. And we literally fell off the cliff with no engine running. You know, cut the engine, fall off the cliff, and hope we pick up enough speed to be able to glide away. Yeah, it was fun. Some people said that's pretty sick because some planes were, you know, crashing, of course. It was fun. Yeah, you were not with us then, Paul. I'm surprised. It was a riot. It was absolutely a riot. And here's what Mike's flying. Look, Mike's in the 172 conventional gauges. Andrew, you back
I'm just
yet?
catching up with the group here. Is there actually not a formal flight plan?
Nope. MM41.
Okay.
Just MM41 we're starting, right? So Acapulco's famous for cliff diving. Oh, that's cool. Well, we're going to fly along the beach. We're just to the west of it right now. We'll just fly along the beach, along the coast, follow the coast all the way around, right? Vacation country. And Acapulco's probably a very, you know, probably a very popular spot. I know my son used to work in Mexico City for a while, for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. And they used to have to take, because of the smog in Mexico City, you guys, what is it, 25 million people there? Because of the smog in Mexico City, they had to take a smog vacation. And one of his popular destinations from Mexico City was Acapulco, because it's out of the smog and it's down on the beaches, you know, at the ocean. And so that's where he used to take the family on a weekend vacation from Mexico City. So, you know, that's a very popular spot. But I know here, you know, I say here in Canada, in Toronto, where I live, they all want to take off in the middle of winter and go somewhere like Acapulco, somewhere where there's white sand beaches, lots of sun, and you don't have to shovel snow, right? That's the idea. Dr. Notham's in the house, and he happens to be starting up his sim. Yeah. That's cool. Back to Mike. He's following something coming in. What's that inbound, Mike? That's the plane you're going to be on today?
It might be.
In real life? So Mike will be leaving us, I think you said somewhere around 10:30, another hour, right? Or so.
Yeah.
And he's got to jump into a real plane, you guys, and head off to San Diego. Must be nice. Well, if I were in Minnesota right now, that's where I'd be going to. Animated waterfalls on FlightSim.to, Groovy says, if anyone wants to check them out sometime. Angel Falls in Venezuela and one in Japan, kind of cool. Hey, that's cool. Groovies, if you want to put a link in, you are a trusted person in our stream. By all means, put a link in, that'd be great. Paul says, I still have last Saturday's stream settings in Orbix. Last Saturday's stream settings in Orbix. Okay. I'm not sure what that means.
I think he meant OBS.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So you were streaming.
Hit the X.
You were
Hit the
streaming
X
to
instead of the
Ace.
S.
Okay. You were streaming to Ace. Is that it? Cool. And Andrew, good to see you back. How you doing? I introduced you and you weren't in the house. You said Andrew left the building.
No, sorry about that. No, I had to restart my scenery drive. Decided it didn't want to talk to anybody, so I had to shut the system down and restart it to get it to go. Oh,
Don't
yeah,
you hate
here
when
we
that
are.
happens? Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah? And so, Ace, I'm going to tell everybody, again, Ace, I really appreciate what you did last week. You and Andrew managed the stream. You did all the graphics and you managed the whole thing. And that was cool, you guys. I was very impressed. I was really proud. I was sitting in a meeting looking at my, my phone's on mute so I don't disrupt the meeting. And had it on my lap while I was in that meeting. And there was a few meetings all day with different divisions and whatever for Sun and Fun. And I was still managing to watch the stream anyway on my little tiny screen, a phone. So you can't really see any detail, but it's just great to see what you guys are doing. Pretty cool. So if you guys missed it, just go check out the VOD from last Saturday. And excellent graphics, excellent time. It was fun. And wish I were there, but it was great that you guys could handle that while I'm gone. I'm very lucky because not all streamers can hand it over to somebody and say, take the stream, right? And that's really, I'm very fortunate that you guys can do that. Pretty cool. And I appreciate it. And there's going to be one more in March at some point. They've got one more Saturday meeting planned where we get all the updates of what planes are coming in, what acts are going to happen, where we have to put our volunteer personnel for each plane that comes in. And all, it's a lot of work. The whole Sun and Fun experience is 2,900. It's going to be more than that this year, but 2,900 volunteers last year. And it's what makes the whole thing happen. So that's an important part. So those are the kind of meetings I can't miss. In the meantime, I do other virtual meetings and Zoom meetings, so I don't have to actually be at the airport, but those are the kinds I have to be there. So one more in March where the what did you call it? The inmates take over the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know where wasn't that Phlox that started that idea, and he made the graphic back in the day. I don't know where that started. It's almost like you guys are in prison, right?
Back when we were dreaming up the first moderator stream, one of us said something about inmates running the asylum.
It might
stuck. Phlox made the original banner plane that said it.
Right.
But
it might have been Raving Helmet that said it. I can't remember.
It could have been.
Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah. I wonder what's going on with him. Anybody been in contact with Raving?
Haven't seen hide nor hair of him for a long time.
So for those who don't know, Raving Helmet was one of the original guys who helped us get everything going. Him and Dale were the two administrators. I think they both started the Discord server back in the day, and he was pretty active on our stream at the start, and he also taught some lessons too. He liked doing that, and he's from Iceland, and he was really busy with family. I remember on Saturdays he had birthdays and stuff to always run to, right? So I mean, he's probably quite busy with family, and he had to just succumb to that, as we all do, right? Family comes first. Wraith is running around the runway going, I have a plane here somewhere. I have a plane here somewhere. I just see him running across the runway going, don't move yet, you guys. Don't move yet. And yeah, I see that, Paul. Yeah, it's like, whoo, what's going on there? Just want to mention one thing and then we get going because you guys are all collecting right now as we get going. Two things, I guess, we'll mention. And I'll open those up right now. Let's go to recent here. So the first thing I'll mention, you guys, is this Tuesday coming, the lesson is night flying, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's really the illusions at night. It's really the pros and cons of flying at night, and it's doing a night flight together, right? And we'll all go out together and do a night flight. We'll be doing it up in the Toronto Lake Simcoe area. Going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for that, Strap. And then night flying next Tuesday, and then the Sun and Fun approach is the Tuesday after that. So the Tuesday afterwards, we'll do the lesson first on the Tuesday, and then on the Saturday, February 22nd, 2 weeks from now. Is it 2 weeks from now? Yeah. Then we're going to be doing our landing competition at Sun and Fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. There is a registration form, which I haven't published yet, where you can sign up for it, and I'll have that live for Tuesday. For this Tuesday's lesson, I'll make it live so everybody can start signing up. And I could probably give a link to that even during the stream today, just because I can go grab the form and grab the link. I put it in Discord, actually, so I think it's there, and I'll go find it, and I'll publish that as we get going today. And Mike says that inbound plane was actually Say Intentions traffic injection. Well, that's cool. Nice. That is cool. All right. Okay, and there's the Discord server link. Thank you for that. And Mike, if you could pop that over into the YouTube link, because they don't get these links that we throw in there automatically, right?
Sure thing.
If you don't mind, that would be great. And you guys say hi to Mike. Maddie's there. Hey, how you doing? And you guys say hello in chat in YouTube also, so that we can say hi to you. For those who don't know, Lakeland Airport is where Sun and Fun happens in April 1st, and I'll be there live on the field managing Foxtrot and some volunteers. And you do actually have an approach just like in Oshkosh. There is a Lake Parker approach that goes into a dots on the runway, and we'll have those dots on the runway. Maybe those will be injected by Say Intentions, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. We've done the Oshkosh thing for years, and now we'll do this one too. It's pretty cool. And that's the one strap. FlySunandFun.org. Look at you go. That's cool. And Charlie's saying thanks to Mike for shipping the cheat sheets. Everybody who wins one, every Tuesday we give away a couple of cheat sheets from Say Intentions, laminated, VFR cheat sheet, and IFR cheat sheet, which is really handy to make sure that your phraseology is up to par. And every Tuesday we give away a set of those, and Noiseboy Mike is doing the shipping for me and sends those out to you guys, so that's pretty cool. There we go. We're caught up on all the admin stuff, and time to fly. Let's rock and roll. Most of you are here. Some of you are still over there on the tarmac. Some of you are still taxiing, but come on the runway and let's go, you guys. Rock and roll. I'm giving it full power, taking off my parking brake and hitting the road. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. That's it. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. I'm flying the DA-40 XLS, which is made by Cows, C-O-W-S. And we had him featured on Tuesday. When we do this turnout, we want to go southeast, you guys. Go south. So make a left turnout from here, and we'll follow the coastline. Beautiful. Here we are, Acapulco, live weather, live time, and look at this. Is that gorgeous or what? I'll circle the airport a couple of times to get you guys going, and I'm sure the Dr. No Thumbs and the Andrews will lead the way, and Ace, they'll be leading the way down the coast, down in this direction. So we're pretty much going southeast. Follow this coastline. Acapulco's right there ahead of me, and that's where all the big destinations are. There is a bigger airport in Acapulco, but we came out of the smaller one here to the west. And Foxy Chiller's up ahead there. Follow that tag and you'll be there. I'm in beta 1, so, or beta 1 as you want to call it, and I'll see tags a little further than 5 miles, like you guys were discovering last Saturday. It's pretty cool.
Janet was reading me my run-up checklist, and she goes, the run-up is the best way, or the last steps to warm up the plane. It's kind of like having it stretch its legs before flight.
So you guys, Mike's talking about Janet, his co-pilot, And the Copilot feature that Mike is testing right now as a partner is the Copilot reading the checklist. It's a new thing from Say Intentions. They're innovating almost every week. They're innovating something new. At the very least, once a month, there's something new coming out of Say Intentions, a very innovative company. Their product can do. I'm wearing the Say Intentions T-shirt and the hat today because they got another new feature out. So I just had to do it. Had to put them on and give them a shout out because they're just so innovative. And on the dev chat on Wednesday, as Super Ty witnessed, I plugged Say Intentions to Jorg and Seb, saying you should be absorbing Say Intentions and making that your default ATC. I'm sure it's not that easy for them to actually just make that flip, but still it's something to consider because they've got it figured out. And then let Brian and his team figure out idiosyncrasies and improvements, and let the Asobo Microsoft team work on their big, huge problems. And it would be a win-win, I think. So, Justin, welcome. And you can see it's just a VFR vacation, Acapulco area. And we're just starting at that airport and just going southeast. Follow the coastline, enjoy the beaches, do some spot landings, and just look at the scenery. And that's what we're here for today, is just for fun VFR, you guys. We're very fortunate. We also have Dr. No Thumb, who's sending me his screen. There's what that looks like. And let's see what he's flying. Looks like a DA40? Nope. Yep. Nope. That's not a DA40. It's an analog screen. It's got that kind of frame, though. Oh, look at that.
The
Riviera.
Riviera.
Yeah. Look at that. Yes. That is one awesome. You know what? That's a perfect plane for here. It's a float plane. You can land on the water. Oh, we had so much fun with that thing. That's a beautiful plane. Working fine in 2024, you guys. We had a ball with that thing. That's actually Italian design. I think it was designed in 1956 or something, but it certainly looks like a 60s kind of plane. That 60s kind of VW bus look. You know? That's what I call it, but I just love it. It's definitely, it's got that pusher prop on it, and it lands on the water, and this was considered, you know, a wealthy person's vacation vehicle. And talk about fun. We've had a lot of fun with that in 2020. And here you can see him flying it now in 2024. Pretty cool. And I see we got a couple more viewers coming into YouTube. Hello, you guys, and welcome. Our main broadcast platform is Twitch. That's where a lot of interaction is happening right now in Twitch chat. And we encourage that. So we also encourage it in YouTube. We're simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube so you guys can have a taste of what we go through every Saturday for the last 4 years. And, or maybe 4.5, who knows, right? We haven't been counting exactly. I think it was September of 2020 when I first started broadcasting live sessions. So, you know, getting up there. So here's Acapulco at its best. Ooh, the destination for many. And I can see why one of you mentioned cliff diving. Was it you, Grubius? I can see why cliff diving is here. I'm going to just come back around and show you guys. I just went past a really nice cliff. It's always hard to turn around toward the water. Many people will get vertigo and plunge right in, but I still got a horizon to work with, so I'm good. But if you take a look right here, I just went past a couple of cliffs. Get down low enough, I can see why cliff diving happens here. Not sure where it happens here, but I can see this being a prime location right here. Look at this, Acapulco cliff diving right off of this thing. Maybe not, I don't know exactly, you guys, but I heard that's a thing, right? Looks gorgeous. I wouldn't want to jump off of there. It's like, are you kidding? What if I do a belly flop? Yeah. 5 years? Paul, you've been retired for 5 years and you don't feel like it, right? Because you're just so busy. Your professional photography hobby, you know? And all the things that keep you busy, man. Yeah. Hey, Frank Livers, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. Come fly with us. Let's see what we got here. It's a little bit foggy today in Acapulco. And we're just flying along the coast enjoying the scenery. That's what we're here for. VFR flight, casual. We didn't even file a flight plan. And if it gets too much foggier, we'll just have to change the weather. Super Ty says, I bet many broke bones. Well, you never know, right? You don't hear about it, but I'm sure they must have. You know? There's got to be some accidents. Very dangerous kind of endeavor. You know, someone says, you say, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a cliff diver. Oh, and you're still alive. Wouldn't make for a good conversation, would it? 2 grandkids. What? Last one arrived Thursday. Oh, no. You're going to get busy. Let me tell you, you want to get tired out, you guys? Just mind the grandkids. There you go. That'll tire you out. It'll make you realize that's why you haven't had any more kids. But, you know, back then, you have the energy when you're the parent. Or you find the energy, yeah. And the second one is in Toronto also. See, you don't want them in the same city you live in, Paul, because you're going to end up being a babysitter, right? You want them to live in a different city, because then it's harder to just pop in and be the babysitter, right? That's my strategy, and it works. Or like me, go hide in Florida, so I'm thousands of miles away, so I can't be the babysitter, right? Dougal! Did I hear Dougal's in there? No. Oh, Doug D, okay. Dougal's
Hey, DH, good morning.
Paul said they don't have much choice. Yeah, they're stuck. They're there. What are you going to say? Like, yeah, I'm too far away. No, you're not. So, beaches galore. Beaches galore. Welcome to Acapulco, you guys. I should play some Acapulco music, right? DH Paradox is too poor to move away, yeah. Yeah, once they're born, it's hard to move, because then it's like, why are you moving? Grandkids are here. And they'll put the guilt trip on you forever, right? You got to move before that. You know? Isn't that mean? It's like, geez, Howard, what kind of advice is that? Come on, Ace, get going. I don't know. What's going on with Ace, you guys? He's still on the tarmac. What's happening, Ace?
Head tracker issues.
Really? Where we're going, we don't need no stinking head trackers. Doug says, oh, just Doug. Okay. Yeah, I just thought maybe Google was in the house. I mean, Dougal. Google. Hey, there's a heliport somebody wants to know in Acapulco, if you're flying those. Look at the weather. Oof. Are you on live weather? You usually are, Ace. Looks pretty clear where you are. I got fog all around the coastline here. Let's go see Andrew's view. From Andrew's point of view, oh, you got POIs turned on. Oh, cool. That's what I should do. All the heliports show up, right?
Yep.
Those are mostly heliports, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Holy moly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And
10.
there'll be more as you travel. Here we go. Yeah, keep counting, yeah. I went to the diving in 1990. The place was infested with lots of flies. Oof. They still perform miracles by landing correctly. Eesh. Oof. That's cool. It's interesting that my son's been here for vacation. When he was working in Mexico City for years, he'd come here for vacations. He never once mentioned the divers. Certainly the beautiful beaches and, that's why you come here, right? But it's funny, I never heard about that.
There's a boat out there called Que Sera Sera.
Perfect. And for those who don't know what those words mean, it's a song by, who is it? Goody Two Shoes. What's her name? She was always called Goody Two Shoes. She was Miss Pure, I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. But she sang that song, Que Sera Sera. And the second line is, whatever will be, will be. So, Doris Day, that's it,
That's it.
The wholesome, perfect, sweet, Goody Two Shoes. That's what she was known as. Always smiling, always, who in life is always smiling, It's almost
Foxy,
annoying, right, if they're always smiling, right?
Foxy, your cap locks are on, so you might turn those off, please and thank you.
Foxy, yeah. Foxy says, I overflew Ace, check in on him. Yeah, let's just check in on him. He's up in here. Yeah, all the heliports are showing up. Isn't that interesting, Andrew? So Acapulco is bigger than I thought. I mean, I've been flying along through here, and it's still forever beaches. Amazing. On many sides, I see some kind of water over that way, too. Over that way. There's probably the peninsula here. Kind of interesting, you guys, all the stuff we got going here. Yeah, this is a peninsula. I'll come around it. But everywhere you look, coastlines, ocean, islands, beaches. Amazing. Amazing. So DH wants to know what airplane you're flying, Ace.
I am in the Cows DA-42.
The 42. I'm in the 40. He's in the 42. We're flying both of the planes from Cows. Cool. I think you flew that last Saturday, right?
Yes.
And then, Andrew, did you fly the 40 or did you also fly the 42?
I don't have the 42.
Oh, you don't have it? Oh, I'm surprised because we did it on a lesson. I thought you had it. Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
How well do cows fly?
Cows fly. Mike, yeah, you caught that. Mike wakes up and says, oh, the cows fly, right? We had 2 cows in the air. And we do again
Hit a
today.
lot more than that.
And we do again today. I was going to fly the DA-42 because I haven't done it for a long time, probably since our lesson. And I thought maybe it'd be too fast for everybody. But, you know, Ace is taking his time getting going, so he can catch up. Twin engine, you know, firewall the thing. The Acapulco coastline. And we're just going to keep following the coastline and find other destinations. And we'll make sure we don't land in the coastline, like I just did. And there's all kinds of stuff over that way, too. It's amazing. I don't know which part, you know, I don't know where Acapulco ends and the rest starts, but, you know, it's the same sort of thing. Beaches forever, resorts forever, overspeeding forever, really abusing my plane here. Yeah, it's true, the realism of the visibility. I mean, when we used to do our cannonball runs, those marathon races we used to do, it had to be live weather, you guys. So we would freeze up, we would have bad visibility, we would be flying blind with you know, autopilot on. We had those times. I just wanted to see what was over here. And it was like this, and many times it was completely IFR closed up. Wow, cool. The DA-50 is the only bad one. The DA-50. What is the DA-50? Is there something?
DA-50 is not Cows.
Ah, there is a DA-50. Okay, but it's not.
There,
Cows.
somebody did make a DA-50. It's on Orbix. I haven't heard that it's bad, but I will say so.
It's
Diamond.
not Cows.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
Diamond, the manufacturer of the plane,
Right.
has kind of 2 different approaches to their planes. So you have the DA-40 and the DA-42, which have the nice open cockpit panoramic view, and then you have the DA-62 and the DA-50, where it's like tunnel vision. Such a thick. Is it the A-bar or whatever part of the cockpit that just obstructs so much of your vision?
Right.
It's like flying through the core of a toilet paper roll.
Wow, that's quite the analogy. I like that.
But yeah, it's just this tunnel vision thing, you know. I don't like the diamonds that
Can you
most of
describe
my
it any better
screen-
than that? That was great. Next
I
time
don't
I'm
like
in
the
it, I'm
diamonds
going to
where-
feel like that, yeah.
I don't like the diamonds where most of my screen is interior of the plane, and I have this little porthole to look through to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, so I like the panoramic views, and Cows seems to be going for the planes that have the panoramic views. But it's not any developer's fault, of course, that the DA-50 is made that way in real life. It's Diamond's fault.
Right. Well, even the DA-62, we've had people say, you know, like, it's kind of tunnel
Yeah,
vision too.
big
right?
obstructive. Yep.
Yeah.
The DA-50 is even worse. I'm not sure who the developer is that did the DA-50. And I don't know how good the actual plane itself is as far as like quality. Probably all right from what I've
So take a look, you guys.
I
There's
haven't tried it.
there's Ace in his twin. That's the DA42 he's in right now. Look at that dash. Come to my dash. You see, it's the same thing. Switches are there. G1000, cockpit is there. It's like very familiar between the two, except now you got on Ace's screen. You've got gauges for two engines, right? So I'm just flipping back and forth between the views there, Ace, just to show everybody the similarities is what I'm showing you between the two. And you can tell his engine gauges. He's got to watch two engines, where I have the simple dials to watch one engine. You can see on my screen here, simple dials to watch one engine, right? So it's you can fly one, you can fly the other. It's just the difference between being type rated. In real life, you'd be type rated for a twin, of course, right? You'd have to get type rated for the DA42. Yeah, Panaman says, yeah, perfect description. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So we're still flying along. We're coming into the bigger airport, probably where most vacationers would land, because it's the international one with the ILS and all. The bigger airport is right up here. If you want to do touch and goes, you guys, as we go along. And of course, Dr. No Thumb doesn't need any airports where he's going. He's got the Rivian amphibian.
It does kind of look like a porthole, doesn't it, Ace?
It really does.
It's
really
by
does.
Skyward Simulations, and
Okay.
I think it might actually have been on the marketplace, but I just put a post if anybody wants to look at it. It's available through Orbix as well. So.
And again, it's not Skybird's fault that Diamond decided to make their plane like that.
But you're right, Paul. It just floats like crazy, and that attests to the Diamond's capability as a glider. I mean, that's that wing design comes from that the glider background, And here it is floating again too. How is the same thing, right? I had power cut for quite a while now, and it's still floating halfway down the runway. So it just wants to fly. And even at 55% power, when you look at the power curves in the graphs inside the POH, you can see you can fly this plane at 55% and still cruise and have no problem at all. It really is a gas sipper, really efficient. This is why the schools love it too. Low maintenance, composite design, easy to operate, and a real good performer for everybody. But still more expensive than the cheap 172s. A lot of 172s that the schools use or bought used, real cheap, 30,000 to 90,000 even. You go to one of these things, composite design, more modern kind of Diamond aircraft, they'll be paying brand new prices or up in the hundreds of thousands to buy one of these for the school. So you still see, for economic reasons, a lot of 172s and 150s at schools. The tip floats retract, Super Ty says. Tip floats on the what? We'll come over to Paul's not streaming to us. Andrew is. There's Andrew in. You got the DA42 also, Andrew. And you guys notice he's got the Say Intentions bar across the top of his screen. I have that also, but right now it'll show all the same things that he's showing, which is nothing. Because we don't actually have a flight plan, we don't have, so everything's zero or nothing. So I didn't put mine up.
At the moment, it only works for IFR flights. It doesn't do VFR.
The bar doesn't, but Say Intentions certainly does, yeah.
Oh yeah, Say Intentions works for whatever you want. But yeah, no, the bar at the moment is it only does if you've got an IFR flight plan installed.
And let's go take a look at Ace here. He's going the opposite direction for some reason. He's going back. He's going back. He wants to go see that airport.
I flew past you guys, and then I saw you were all landing, so I decided to double back and
Nice plane.
take a shot
Love the
at
42.
that.
So Dr. No Thumb, he's saying tip floats retract. He's talking about the. Here, I'll wait and see him. I'll wait and see him land first.
Ooh, that was a little stiff.
It's all right. When you're in a plane, you're not flying all the time. You have to find the legs. These are low-wing planes too, you guys. So I'm used to flying high-wing planes, and it's hard to find the legs. I always use that expression, especially when we have such a variety in the sim. If you were to fly these things every day in real life, you'd know when your wheels are going to touch down. But when you're flying a plane, like every week we fly a different plane sometimes, it's like, when's it going to touch? So we just kind of get the glide angle going. We head toward the numbers, we flare, and then we just let it settle in until all of a sudden, oh, there it is. And sometimes that little settle in is a bit abrupt before it finally finds its feet. There's the cow's logo on the seat. I think it's great, an aerodynamic cow. That's a great logo. Now,
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize Janet was just going to start speaking out of the blue.
oh, did that come out on the stream?
It is because you're on my screen and I have Say Intentions open.
That's cool. Is that what you're chuckling about, Mike? Because I don't hear it here in the studio.
It was hey, she should ask her about cows and see what she's going, kind of story she'll tell you.
Ask her about cows and she'll take it literally, right? So we're
Especially what Toby did with the cow.
We're out of the Acapulco region, you guys, and if you want to just have a quick look at my screen, we flew here. This is all Acapulco right in here, this huge area, and that's where we were flying most of the time up to now. I came around backwards a few times, and then I came through and did a touch and go at this airport. And I'm guessing this is the airport that most vacationers would come into, this bigger international airport. Now we're going to continue along the coast. We'll just keep on going down through Central America here and just as far as we can get today. That's the plan. There's no real flight plan. You know, hopefully we can get up into this area here. It looks interesting. If we get bored going along the coast, we can just, let's just head up into the mountains. You know, we can head inland and go a little deeper if we want, but for now we're just going to follow the coast. All these endless miles of beaches, and that's the plan today. Vacation time. As I change over to other screens, I'll go find us some vacation music that would set the theme for us. And look at that visibility. Is that real or what? The sun's trying to burn through it all. As I firewall this thing. Go ahead, Ace.
Anyway, what happened, I had Janet set to my cabin crew. So when I did that touch and go, she started going through a whole pre-flight briefing.
Oh, I see, because you were coming in, yeah. And she's set for your co-pilot then, is that it?
Cabin crew.
Cabin crew, okay. Cool.
She's just telling all the passengers in the back to
Yeah.
make sure they had. She's turned to her right and said, "Fred, put your seatbelt on." Because there's only room for 4 more people back there.
So, Foxy Chiller, Andrew asked you if you could take your caps off. Could you please do that? All right. Caps is considered shouting, and it makes people offensive. And you'll also get your messages will just get trapped automatically by the Autobot. So, just turn off your caps, okay? And then that'll make life easier for everybody.
Yeah, he doesn't normally do it, so I'm assuming he's hit his cap locks and didn't realize he did it.
Yeah, I kind of figured he's always good on the channel. Willow, how much? You're following the river. Yeah, look at you going way down the river. I was just turning around to see this bridge over here. I'm over here. I just came inland a bit because I saw this river, and I see Willow, how much is over there, and I'm probably in a helicopter. No, Carbon Cub. Okay, probably in the X Cub, right? Heading down the river. Cool. So, Foxy, you say you like it. Well, it wouldn't work well on any social media. It's considered shouting, right? Just so you know. And a lot of bots are set to pick up all the caps. If anything's all caps, it would trap it. And I'm surprised yours got through, actually. Elvis movie, fun in Acapulco. Yeah, baby. Don't get me going. Yeah, fun in Acapulco. Yeah, you know, it's too bad. I mean, he has raw talent. They wanted to utilize his singing. You know, you guys, we could talk about Elvis forever, but we won't. But they wanted to certainly have him sing in the movies because then people would come and watch the movies. The acting in the movie was always, you know, what would we call it? Palatable. You know, the acting wasn't necessarily, you know, A-list actor acting. And, you know, the whole thing was always on a premise around him breaking out in song, right? Of course, because that's what he was known for. But, you know, a lot of women would say, looks good, sounds good, who cares about whether the acting was good enough? But those kind of movies we used to call them bubblegum movies. But he made a fortune. so did his manager, so I mean, and they're still being watched by people, even if they're not necessarily that great. And certainly people tune in because they want to see him in action singing again. Yeah. The group's average speed is I don't know, just follow the group. I don't know what the average speed is, but some of us are turning around, going faster, coming back. Typically around 110 knots, typically 172 speeds, because it's VFR low and slow. The whole idea is that we get to see the countryside. We get to look around. I mean, we're not in the clouds on an IFR point to point view, VOR to VOR, waypoint to waypoint kind of idea. There's plenty of those flights around. Plenty of Twitch streamers doing that stuff. We're always doing VFR on Saturdays, and we're always, seeing some gorgeous countryside somewhere, and then sharing screens and seeing what people are looking at. Here's what Andrew's looking at. Got his head tracker going, looking around. Rumpelzuck is in something very fast. He just went zooming up the coastline ahead of me. And you guys can tell if you look at my screen how many tags are visible. I'm in the beta 1 or beta 1, whatever you want to call it, and I see tags all the way up until they disappear in the fog. So I don't know what the distance is now. Some of you guys would be able to quote it now. But that was the first big change that I noticed. The second big change was I noticed my helicopters are more manageable. So I think they tweaked helicopters. I don't know if that's on their list, but it seems that way anyway. Or maybe I'm just getting better at it, but it seems that they're easier to operate. Yesterday I put my first electrical tower on top using the crane. The crane is a mission once you get up into those certifications, but the crane is hard to fly, and trying to put this big metal structure dangling under your helicopter, try to put that on top of a metal structure, was almost impossible. I haven't been able to do it. And yesterday I finally tackled it. So I managed to make it happen. It wasn't a high score, but it was a successful mission. It was pretty cool.
Well, I've got Krabby 1 at 9.72 miles. And I have his tag, so.
And you don't have beta 1?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Actually, no, I have beta 2. I have beta 2.
Oh, and how do you know the difference? I don't even know if I have it. Is there a beta 2?
Yeah. Well, trust me, if you're in the beta, you have it.
Okay.
It's an automatic update when you start your sim.
Okay.
GW audio.
But it doesn't relate to SU2, does it?
No.
That'll be coming out later. No, that's a whole
No,
different
this is beta. This is the second beta
This is
version
still-
of SU1.
SU1. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
GW Auto just subscribed 15 months, Mike.
Yeah.
He came
Who
with
let
us
GW in
15
here?
months ago. He's here. Your boss is here.
We closed the door. How do you open the door and come in?
Yeah, I know.
He's sneaky that way.
You got to watch that guy. When you take a picture, he'll show a leg.
Welcome in, GW. That's good.
People are wondering what we're talking about. What are you talking about? Long time no see. GW Audio. How come you haven't been with us every Saturday? Let's put the pressure on him, right? Pressure. I know it's not compulsory, you guys. You don't have to come on the channel on Saturdays. There are some people who have a life. Saturdays, a lot of people work Saturdays too, and a lot of people do family stuff on Saturdays. So it's whoever can tune in. We really appreciate you coming. Fun thing to do on Saturdays, right? Come fly with us.
We'll blame it on Ace. I think Ace left the back door open.
Yeah. Back door, moved to Texas. Did you move to Texas? Like really, or is this a?
No, he did.
He did? What? I thought he was your neighbor.
Yeah, he was.
Nice guy. He up and abandoned you like that, Mike.
He did.
Jeez, Texas of all places, GW. How do you like it? Of course, from all the kidding, how do you like it?
So that's why Texas had all that cold weather there a couple of weeks ago.
He took it with him. He
Yeah.
brought it from Minneapolis, right? Like, here, have some weather.
That's not the first time he brought the cold weather there.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy, that guy.
That's
Much
funny.
warmer. Yeah, I would bet. Much warmer there for sure, yeah. Yeah, maybe he had grandkids, but not same theme from earlier, yeah. He had grandkids in Minneapolis. Okay, I'm moving to Texas, as far away as I can get. Yeah, that's it. We love our grandkids for, 4 hours at a time, Oh, my grandkids aren't tuning in.
Apparently, I'm a handful, so 1,000-mile separation is what he needed.
That's it. That's funny. It is funny, yeah. So we're flying along the coast. We've left Acapulco in the dust, and we're heading on to see what else there is. Miles and miles of coastline along the ocean. And we're just having a ball, just chatting on a Saturday, casual flying, family-friendly channel. And we're able to see other people's screens. Like here's Dr. No Thumb's screen. He's working on something in there. And there's Mike's screen. Noise boy Mike's flying his trusty 172 with steam gauges along the coast. And here's Ace over here in the DA42, you guys. And he could crank that thing and leave us all in the dust, but he's staying with us, which is really cool. And you guys, this is the same Ace who hosted last Saturday. And so, again, we want to thank him for doing that. It was cool that I can actually trust our moderators to jump in and make things happen, and the stream still happens. It was pretty cool when I can't be here. And
You didn't watch the whole stream then, did you, Howard?
I couldn't watch. I couldn't listen to audio for sure because I was in meetings. But
yeah.
I
So
had
you
it on my
didn't,
phone, which means again you can't see all the detail, but you can just generally see what's going on, right?
Yeah. Well, when you
And
get
then I
home
can
in
type and
April,
chat on the phone.
when you get home in April, check your car.
Oh. I can check it right now. My app is connected to my car.
No, it was Paul. But Paul was going to go borrow it.
Was he? Paul
Yeah.
would. Well, I trust Paul. He could do that if he really wants to take it for a spin. Sitting in the garage, it probably needs to stretch its legs once in a while. But you leave the Tesla app on all the time, and you leave it plugged in. I mean, that's the modern Tesla. You don't leave them all plugged in the older ones. But right now it's sitting at 99%. It's been asleep for 19 hours. So, and it's sitting in my garage with the charger cable plugged into it. And because of the new battery and the fact that it's the newer one model, you can leave it plugged in and it'll just sip when it needs to. And so it's just sitting there. My son, who also owns a Tesla for the last 6 years, he would drop by once in a while and take it for a spin just to keep it going.
Yeah.
Without snow tires.
That's true, Paul.
Yeah, it doesn't have snow tires. It does have, no, they are radials. They're probably all season radials that came with it. But, you know,
Yeah.
it would survive, I would think. It's rear-wheel drive, though, Paul.
What did you get, Paul? Was it 10 to 15? I can't remember what I saw the other day, saying you guys were supposed to get last night or Friday.
And don't be misled, you guys, from the U.S. 10 to 15 means centimeters, not feet. 10 to 15 centimeters is just enough to get people spinning out of control.
10 to 15, that's like 4 to 6 inches.
He said we got nothing. No, and this is typical, Andrew. I mean, in Toronto, we hear a forecast, oh, we're going to get hit tomorrow. And it's like, oh, we're going to have to get up early and shovel before we go to work. And you get up early, you look outside, and there's no snow.
Okay, maybe it was today then. I knew they were saying that Greater Toronto was included in it, so.
And you guys can see that Ace also flies the Say Intentions banner up top, which is really handy. Super handy. It does give you something. What is it giving you? The outside temperature, it gives you the altitude. So do you actually have a flight plan in there or no?
No, I do not.
Because Andrew was saying only for IFR, but you know, here we are on a casual VFR and you're getting information on yours. That's cool.
Oh, I get some basic stuff. I get my speed, altitude, and temperature.
And GW Audio says that's why I moved south. Yeah, no kidding. I don't blame you. So you just up and moved. Look at you. You left poor Mike up there to fend for himself. But I can see, Mike, with all your travels, just like when I was traveling all the time, with all your travels, I think it's better to be at a hub airport like Minneapolis, which I call a hub airport. I'm not sure if it's FedEx or
it's
UPS.
It's a Delta hub, yeah.
It's a Delta hub. That's it. Yeah, I knew it was a hub. I've been there a few times and in my travels, and it was a change airport, what I call change airport, right, where we just get another flight because it's a hub, right? Yeah. Yeah. GW says you ran me out of town. So GW, you coming to FS Expo again this year? We want to do another group shot with your leg hanging out. You know what I mean? We had a ball. He tried to teach me how to say his name in Spanish, and I still can't do it. I'm hopeless. but he said it well. I mean, you know. Paul's
Well,
trying
I'd
to
get a
follow
little.
me.
I'd get a little worried if he couldn't pronounce his own name.
Well, yeah. Paul's trying to follow me, you guys, in the DA40, and I just ducked down and went into this little river area. And hey, there's Barry Bolin below me there. I see him. He's doing the same little river run here. Not sure what he's flying. He's just behind me here. There he is. Oh, he's
And
coming
Barry-
down on the water. So he must have a float plane.
And Barry was the gentleman in the chat on Thursday.
Cool.
So welcome, Barry.
Welcome back. That's great. And he came back. We didn't scare him off. That's great. And Frank Livers, I'm following him. He's up ahead of me, and we're just kind of following this river just for for the fun of it. Like, what's going on here? We don't have floats on our plane, so we're not landing. I can see it's just an endless river. Okay. Just taking us further inland forever. So I'll just break off from here and go back out to the ocean. Oh, I see. There's bigger water ahead. Okay. To book the captain's dinner and other activities. I think I already did. Yeah, get there. You better get in there quick, right? Nice to be here. Came back for the flight indeed. Yeah, thank you for doing that. That's nice. Oh, I see a bunch of tags over there. Oh, I see. They're the ones coming, and we're actually doing a circle around, following this waterway and going back out to the ocean. So we really just came back around the back way. There's a great big lake here. It actually is called a lake. Yeah, that isn't ocean. This is all lake. Huh. Wonder if it's fresh water. I don't know. Being this close to the ocean, I doubt it. Anyway, the ocean's back over there, and we'll head back over there. Rock and roll. I could put this back on. Like that. And now we've got the head tracker happening. But again, you guys, you can tell if I go looking at chat screens and other people's streams, then this would be quite the jittery screen. Grubius is in the Sea Star. What is that? What's the Sea Star? That's cool. We have to get closer to that guy and check it out. Is that a built-in one? Net Shadow? Holy moly, Andrew. Net Shadow. It's been forever. That's great. Look at him go. 35 months in a row. He's been pretty quiet, but I think he's been around for a long time with us. It's really cool. Nice to see you with us. Yeah, I was trying to catch up to Grubius. I want to see what the Sea Star looks like. I think I know what it is. It's part of the 2024, one of the stock planes, right? Yeah, he says, I'm not going to let you catch up to me, Howard. I'm going to head inland. There he is right there. I'm going to see what that is, and then we'll come to other screens, you guys. The Sea Star CD2. Might not show up properly. Just going to get over a little further here. Yeah, it looks
Large
like
flying boat nearly as big as the CL415.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the flying boat, yeah. Oh, look at that. It's not showing up properly. It looks like a twin on my screen. Yeah, it's my sim, you guys. I'm sure I don't have the Aviator Edition here. Huh. As you can see, I look away and you can see it just wrecks the view you guys see is the screen goes all over the place because I'm looking over at chat, then I'm looking over at streams. Yeah. Large flying boat nearly as big as the CL415.
So I have the Aviator Edition, and I still had to go into the my library and activate the stuff from the Aviator.
Oh, really?
Tier. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Or enable it, whatever they call it.
Oh, you think it'd be automatically there, right?
Yeah.
I would have thought so, but it's not. And it labels it all as 2020 stuff also, by the way. Strangely enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that included. Yep. Okay, yep.
All right. Now I've got it set for just a nice casual cruise at probably 110 knots, same as a 172. So that I can go find some music now.
I'm doing 22, and I'm doing 106 indicated.
What's 2222? What's that mean?
22 inches manifold pressure,
Oh,
2200
I see.
RPM, and doing
That's
106.
what you're calling it. Okay.
I'm doing 305.
305 is
My
what?
plane measures that all automatically. I just have 2 go levers.
I'm at
Yeah,
26
because
and
the
23.
42's got a FADEX, so you don't have a
Yeah.
prop lever.
Yeah, FADEX systems. Lazy pilots. Sheesh.
No prop levers, no mixture levers. I just
No fuss, no
the go
muss.
levers and go.
Yeah, I've just pulled back for 2222. Super Tie says the link for me. Okay. Right there. Thanks for that, Super Tie. Beautiful, man. The Sea Star. Dun, dun, dun. Wow, that's quite the link. Let's put that up on the screen. That is a beautiful plane. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it had a great picture up there. Now it's showing you inside. But when I first,
Oh yeah, that's a twin too.
yeah, it's showing up as a twin when I look. There it is. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah, it's a push. It's a push.
is that
push and
sweet
pull.
or what? Oh, I think I'm crashing. Just a minute. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Multi-purpose aircraft, unmatched versatility, low operating costs. Yeah, what does low mean, you guys? Look at this plane. What's a low operating cost? Yeah, it's only $100,000 a year to keep it going. Okay. What a gorgeous plane. Okay, I'm gonna have to fly that soon. Float plane with luxury. The bigger they are, the smoother they are. You know. Gotta watch where I'm going. Yeah, look at that baby. It's a twin because it's got, you know, a puller and a pusher on top of the wing, away from the spray of the ocean. That is cool. Nice. Thanks for that, Super Tie. That's inspiring. Gonna have to fly that. You guys know I love float planes, so turn it into a lesson one night. It's gonna be fun. Going to be fun. Viper Strike.
Good morning, Viper Strike.
How you doing? What's up? Look at this area. Where are we now? Where do we go from here? I'm sure I got a little nav map here somewhere. Let everybody know where we've been, and then I'll move to other screens, you guys. So we started out back here at Acapulco, and we're just following the coastline, la, 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 just to see what's up. And I don't know what other vacation spots are here, but I'll bet you they're all just as popular. I don't know any major names. I know if you go up to the other side, up to here, you'll get to see some famous names also. But, you know, that's where people go. All right, let's come back around now to Dr. No Thumb in the Riviera, you guys. And he can land on water anywhere he wants. That's cool. We had a lot of fun with this plane. And look at that, Andrew. It's got conventional dials. You'd love it. So would you, Mike. But look at that thing. I mean, is that an interesting looking plane? Gruber says it flies quite nicely, yeah. GW is still unpacking, almost to the point of being able to install my sim. That's the priorities, GW. The sim comes first, the furniture and everything else is secondary. Priorities. You gotta have a talk with that boy, Mike. IX tape. IX tap. Oh. Is that where you are? Is that, what do those words mean?
Oaxaca.
You can say those words, yeah. Yeah, woohoo. Whatever those words mean.
At the area of Mexico.
Oh, I see. Is that what that means? Okay. See, he would know. You know. He knows stuff. Cities in the west coast of Mexico. Okay. Cool. Cool. You know, prices in the USA keep going sky high. You know, you're going to push a lot of tourists down to Mexico instead. It's cheaper down there.
Morning, Kata.
Kata! Kata's in the house. Say hi to Kata, everybody. She made it. Good morning. I'm going to break the silence here with some. Let's hope it's great music.
She says she's awake.
Awake is good, especially if you're going to fly, Kata.
Yeah, Kata, it's actually it's not a bad little airplane from what I remember when we first got it. I think I have it installed, but Dr. No Thumb's going a little faster than I am, so I'm not being able to catch up with him enough to get a look at it.
Yeah, the Riviera, Kata, it's a beautiful plane. We did a lesson on it. I'm going to think now, maybe it was years ago. It was probably last year.
Well, it's been a while. But...
Yeah, it's been a while, and we just absolutely loved it. It was around the time the Juice Goose was introduced by Parallel 42, and we were flying it around the Juice Goose sands of California. I think they're California sands out there on the west coast, you know, south of you, Kata. And while we were flying the Riviera in the lesson, Foxtrot was flying the Juice Goose over the bridge and over top of us as we were coming in to land on the water. That's how I remember the time zone, right? The time it happened, right? It was a lot of fun. So we're just doing a Acapulco vacation on the coast, along the coast. We started at Acapulco and just keep on going from there. That's the plan today. Just no destination in sight.
I haven't even seen an airport in a minute.
Yeah, we're really in the boonies now. Let's go over to Ace's screen, you guys. And here's what he's
The
looking
next
at.
airport is 28 miles ahead of me.
28 miles.
That's Mike 29. Tulo de Soto.
Huh. Is that? Did you say MM29?
MM29, yep.
Yep. Okay. I see that on my radar too. I think you're ahead of me. It's a little further inland. You might have to go find it, you guys. Yeah, look what Ace is flying. Yeah. So, for those of you on YouTube, thanks for joining us. It's nice that you drop in. Say hi.
Hey, Zybok.
Say hi in chat. Like Fish Wheels. Say hello. How's it going? He says, good day. Good day to you too. And Jim in flight. Hi from Northwest France. Cool. That is cool. And Jim, you're being greeted by Mike Audio. He is our moderator on YouTube. And a big help on our channels. And I'll say channels plural, you guys, because we're also simultaneously broadcasting on Twitch. And Twitch we've been doing for years now. And now we're just starting to broadcast on YouTube simultaneously. Just lots of fun. This Tuesday, for those of you who just tuned in, this Tuesday is night flying lesson. Lots of fun. It's a rating. In Canada, it's an extra rating. And visual differences and pros and cons, and we'll go on a group flight together in the Ontario, Canada area. Lots of fun, you guys. Come join me. And then the Tuesday afterwards is the Lake Parker approach to Sun and Fun. And we'll be doing that as a lesson using the real NOTAM for Sun and Fun. That'll be the Tuesday after. Thanks for that, Strap. Charlie says after we get to the next one, Andrew, it'll be MMPS on the coast, a little past that. Cool. Strap says I was told to say hi. That's great. You're viewing Ace's screen, you guys. He was the one who was hosting last Saturday for us. So, pretty cool. It's a great stream. Lots of fun. Did anybody check their fuel before you left?
Nope.
A normal checklist item, right, Kata? We check the fuel, we do a run up, we check everything's in the green before we leave the ground. But you know, we're in the sim, so we just fire it up, we go, and then we go, oh yeah, the fuel thing, right. And I am in trouble. When I look at my fuel, I didn't even check it. But there is a really nice shortcut key binding you can do, you guys, called refuel. It's handy when you're doing missions and you realize you're not going to make it. Always good to check, Kata says, yeah, especially in real life. But you know, if we just come back to my screen for a second here and we just take a look at our MFD, Shift 2 gets you to the MFD. You can see down here my fuel and quantity down here, right there. I've got my left tank is almost down. Well, it's not at empty yet, but it's getting very low. My right tank is still way up there. So, you know, that's something you should check.
Might be an idea to change fuel tanks.
Yeah, change fuel tanks, but you can also do, I've got mine mapped to Shift F. And if I do a Shift F, oh, Shift F does something very different on this screen for some reason. Wow. It certainly doesn't give me more fuel. Look at that. So my refuel doesn't work. Better get back on track here. So I'll just simply switch tanks. So I go to Shift 3, change over to my right tank. There we go. I'm good. I need to fuel myself. Okay. Time to drink fuel. Redeem. Drink fuel. Fuel is my fuel. It was a very good year. I think this is a 1956, yeah. Running hose out flight is a little dangerous, yeah. I prefer to land and refuel too. I like to do it a little more realistically, yeah. But instead of a touch and go, I'll just grab some fuel. I see Doug 911 and Wraith and Barry Boland, they're all heading up that river over in the left there. What do you see, guys? What do you see? It's always nice to explore, right? You know, like people like Dr. Gotham. He's always exploring. Usually down some highway or a river.
So,
Alt F. Now, I mapped it to Shift F.
Mike 29 has avgas, jet fuel, parking, and taxiways. So, if anybody feels the need to land and refuel, MM29 Talo de Soto has both versions of fuel, avgas and jet.
What's their price?
What's their price?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
That's good, Mike.
It's
it
funny.
is a deciding factor. I'm not going there. It's too expensive.
Yeah,
Forget
I
it.
might guess the next one.
That's right. The hardest part is streaming. Where to fly and preferably have a flight plan.
Puerto Escondido. So that's the next international airport. Mike Papa Zulu. Papa Sierra is Puerto Escondido International.
Wow, you're getting good at this, Andrew.
And that's 100 miles down the coast.
I mean, GW would like to differ with me, but I think you're getting better at speaking Spanish.
Well, I'm just good at reading names, that's all.
Hardest part of streaming. Yeah, so Kata, I mean, there's so many people snowed in or getting snowed in that I figure, you know, an Acapulco vacation is in order. But if you pick an endpoint, many times we don't even make it to the end. We're just having so much fun, right? So we're just going to fly until time runs out and see what we can discover along the way. And so today we don't actually have a formal flight plan, just a starting point. We'll tell you some airports along the way if you want to join in, you guys. No, Paul, I do have a Shift F mapped, but while I'm in this plane, I got to go look at the profile. It's not in this profile, right? But it is in the profile for the planes that I fly in career mode if I'm stuck. Because in career mode, you cannot just land at another airport and get fuel. In career mode, it'll say, wrong airport, mission failed. The one ever, I wanted to do it the right way. I stopped at an airport to get fuel. Nope, not supposed to land here. But I need fuel, so that I ended up doing the shortcut just to save the mission. You spend a couple hours or 4 hours on a mission. Some people are going into bigger planes and doing longer flights even, and you run out of fuel. It's like, it's like 4 hours of your time. You're still getting credit for the hours in the air. You're just not having a successful mission. Yeah.
Hey, morning KW.
Pitt Meadows from
To
Squamish. Oh, Squamish. Why does that ring a bell? Yeah, Meyer Flyer, there is a mapping you can make for your plane. I don't have the mapping here, but it's an add fuel mapping. You can look for that and map it to something. And I use it all the time.
Yeah,
And-
KW. Yeah, the updates for the Kodiak is still only 2020, but they have fixed a bunch of stuff. So I got a note from them yesterday that the update for the Amphib version is out. So
2 companies, Paul. You're moving, man, and 3 planes almost have enough for a caravan. And the caravan can do longer hauls, bigger loads, more money. And even in the first YouTube video I made that said, don't go after the money, go after what you want to fly the most. Well, a lot of us are flying transport planes, even 172s, just to accumulate money and leave them in crew managed mode, so that while you're flying whatever plane you want to fly, then the rest of your crew is actually making passive income for you. And it helps. And I said before, don't focus on the money, but you know what? The money lets you buy more planes. The money lets you move up and do more fun things, right? And now I'm actually using the Sky Crane to actually assemble an electrical tower. I mean, I couldn't do that before. I mean, it's so cool. You get to do all this variety stuff. And then go fly a banner if you want. I mean, you have the variety of doing fun things with the plane that you just never did before, right? You guys are way over there. Oh, you might be at the airport, right? Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I'm
why
heading
you're
over there.
That's why you're over there. Okay, I'm heading over there. Paul, we're heading left. Look out. Boom. Almost hit you. Dr. Notham's following the river. Mike is along the coast. Yeah, pretty much where we are, Mike. That looks familiar, that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just pulling in now, heading toward that airport. There's Ace looking out the right wing. How come that was only one song? I thought that was a collection. Yeah, Wraith is heading in too. Ruby's is staying on the coast. Frank Livers is coming this way. That's cool. Going for a coffee and going back out. That's it. Moo. What's moo for? What's exclamation point moo? What is? I missed it. What's that for?
My stream just froze.
What's coming through here?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's delayed coming through. I'm still seeing when it wasn't froze. Or you mean?
yeah, it's got
My stream.
It's got the swirl. It's got the swirlies in the middle of the screen again. It's a Twitch thing.
Oh, it's our
Back
stream.
now.
You mean? Like the whole
Yeah.
thing, not just him coming to me. Okay.
Yeah,
Stream
yeah, that's
crashed.
what I'm.
Really. Really.
Oh, it just locked again. Yeah. Oh, there it goes again.
Really? What's going down? Yep, it says it's unstable. That's what it says on my screen. Bitrate's horrible. Ooh.
It seems to be okay now.
Yeah, it's back. It's okay right at the moment, but
Yeah.
I had to hit the play button 3 times to get the
Jump.
stay going.
That's not good. Should try the weekly challenges. I've done a few and I'm usually number 1 because no one does them. Well, it's an idea, yeah. There's still no one does them. Why is that? Is it because planes are unstable or something? Frozen is back, GW says, yeah. So there's my baby sitting in the garage, thousands of miles away from me, you guys, and I have total control of it. That's my Tesla plugged in the garage in Toronto, and I'm sitting here in Florida. And it looks like it sipped 5 kilowatts last time it charged. It just does it automatically when it needs to keep things topped up. But it's been asleep for 19 hours. It's going to be tough for people. You know, I'm not even going to talk about my referral. You can get a referral code from me if you're going to buy one, but I would think most people in Canada aren't buying one right now because the incentives have all been removed. So I think when I bought this last year, I think it was 7,500 federal credit. There was no provincial credit in Ontario, but federal. And yeah, Howler, that's the nickname that my grandchildren and my wife gave the car because first of all, you can put custom sounds in there. For the horn sound, it'll beep the horn, but I had a custom sound for when we used to have a Husky, and we took the howl from the Husky and put that in there. So if someone comes near the car, instead of saying beep beep or bop bop, it just goes howl like this, and you know, people are shocked, right? It's a lot of fun. Kids love that kind of stuff. So they started calling it the Howler, you know, because it's Howard's Howler. You know, that's how it ended up happening. You never know. It's almost like a call sign in flying, right? It happens because some characteristic makes it happen, right? An EV Hummer, oof, that would be expensive. This last year, this is a brand new 2024 Tesla Model 3, and I bought the chrome rims to put on. It had the standard black rims, and I paid $1,000 for a set of brand new chrome rims, and turned around and sold my black rims for $1,000. So I was even because they were brand new black rims, and that's the only expense I've had for the thing. Costs about $8 to fill the tank. Lasts about as long as my Escape did. My Escape was $76 to fill the tank with gas. Goes the same distance. And as Paul can attest, this is a really comfortable ride with lots of features in it. So, having a ball. Loving the thing, and I'm certainly missing it while I'm here in Florida. I could have brought it, but we only need one car while we're here, so we'll keep using our Taurus until we can't. The SI news about Copilot. Yeah, KW, we were talking about it earlier. I think Mike's actually running it. And Copilot can now read your checklist for you, which is really cool. Yeah, they just keep innovating, don't they, KW? So GW says it's very choppy and it keeps repeating Howard every 5 seconds. Goes back for 1 second. Sheepers. Do I got to change something here? On my...
Oh, it's all right on mine.
On my OBS, you guys, it's saying that there are some drop frames, but it's saying that I'm broadcasting at 4,300 kilobits per second. It's all green. I got all bars green. They're never red, but it does show me my drop frames. I do have some. I got a 0.9% drop frame, so it must have been a Twitch thing receiving, right? The busiest day for Twitch is Saturday, there's no doubt. All the gamers, all the flyers, everybody is streaming on Saturdays, right? Paul's not having issues. And Doug says that Twitch has been locking up all morning. Yeah, get with it, Twitch. People rely on the platform. KW, I will be at CYPK on Wednesday evening. Wow, cool. What's PSN, KW? What is that? So, Kata says, your friend from Australia bought a new 2025 EV Hummer, keeps it locally here at his sister's, and can monitor it like that from all over the world. Yeah, when I first saw this in action, my son's had a Tesla Model S for, well, I guess it'd be going into 6 years now. And he travels a lot. He's an executive at Scotiabank, and he's all over the place. And he was in Dominican Republic once. Middle of winter, he's there, of course, right? His family's back home in Toronto. His wife says, can you unlock the car and warm it up for me? And he goes onto his app from Dominican Republic, puts on the seat heaters, puts on the, defrost, puts on everything. And when she goes out to the car, all the snow's gone from it. She's spoiled. He did that from the Dominican Republic to Toronto, like I did with my app. Right now I can look at it and do things with it, right? That's cool, I guess she could have done it herself, but I think that was the first time she drove it. She just said, I'm going to have to take the Tesla, because she had her own car back then. And so, he did it remotely and got things ready for her, and then she has her own key now, yeah.
I landed my cows and found some cows.
Really? Really? Look at this. Nice. Get into photography mode. Do you have your you have your Xbox controller, right?
Yeah.
The double bumpers. You know how to do it? Is that something new, or you know how to do it, Ace?
I know how to do it. That's generally not how I do screenshots, but yeah, I know how to do it.
Look at that. So that's at the airport up ahead here. Okay. Let's go see the cows, everybody. In a cow's plane. That's funny. Yeah, Kata, I can turn on Sentry mode. Right now it's in my garage, so I don't need Sentry mode. It's all locked up inside the garage. But you just turn on Sentry mode. I do it all the time when I'm in restaurants too, just for fun, because typically we leave our dog in the car, and it has dog mode. Rivian does the same thing now too. They have dog mode, and the idea is that you don't need the car to stay running to do air conditioning in an EV, in the battery EV. So it has dog mode, which keeps the air conditioner, keeps everything comfortable. It has a thing on the screen that says my owner will be back soon, and I'm comfortable, and everything's fine. And so we do use the remote cameras just to see him in the car, wagging his tail and looking at people, and he's fine, right? So yeah, the whole remote thing and the camera remote thing, yeah, it's really cool. And if it's in a parking lot, we can just look around. It's got 8 cameras, right? 1 inside and 7 around. So yeah, works great. So this is the airport. Okay, Andrew's taken off already. P Delta Bravo is actually taxiing around the farmer's field. Look at those palm trees. Don't you love it? You guys, I've been here in Florida now for 10 years. We come here every winter. I am still never tiring of seeing palm trees against blue skies. Never gets tired, never gets old. And we're so fortunate that we can escape winter and actually keep moving. Our arthritis doesn't lock up and we don't have troubles. We come here where it's warmer and we can actually play pickleball and all kinds of fun stuff here. Looking for cows. KW says, how do you like that DA40? Absolutely love it. And I'm not saying that because we had the developer on stream, you guys. I'm doing it because I'm absolutely loving it. And one of the reasons I'm loving it is because it's doing realistic things all the way down. I mean, certainly when the circuit breakers work, people go, oh, now it's study level. Well, that's not all it takes to make a study level plane. But the attention to detail he's a flyer of this plane, the developer, Tommy, who we had on Tuesday. And he knows that students who fly this plane in their flight schools would want to have a realistic version of this plane to be able to practice with. And that's exactly what he was thinking when he made the thing. And so everything works in it the way the POH says it should. And that's cool. And I guess you can give it the moniker study level. Sure. It's a term I never used to use until WB Sim. I'd say WB Sim was near study level because there might be one circuit breaker that doesn't work, right? People really are touchy about the term. But the fact that it's made for schools and people can use it, and they can practice their moves with it that they're learning in the real schools, makes for a great addition to our collection. So I'm loving it, absolutely. And Tommy was part of the cow's DA42, but he didn't do the whole project. This one was his own baby. This was his development. But the DA42, he had a hand in with the rest of the team. Did some of that, which is an excellent plane in itself, right? The twin, which schools will have as a twin. Yep, absolutely. So if you guys can find Ace down here, you'll find the cows. I wonder if it's in each of our sims.
I have no idea.
You're down.
But there was a cow on the runway for a bit.
Yep. I saw it just as I was getting back on the runway. There was one there.
I didn't see you. It's this airport we're at, right? Where everybody is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just overflew us.
Okay. Yeah, Barry says I don't see cows.
Yeah, I had cows. Well, I had cow.
I had cow. I found one. Yeah, there's some in this field I'm over right now. Just look for like dots on the field and then head down closer. Now, if I had a helicopter, I'd go right in and see them, but right here, these fields, where am I? To the north of the... I don't know where I am.
See you, Wraith. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thanks for joining us, Wraith. It was good to see you in flight around with us. It was cool. See, guys, even if you can get an hour in with us, it'd be a lot of fun, right? Come join us. You don't have to stay with us the whole time. Saturdays are busy for some people. I got things lined up today, holy moly, after the stream. Yeah, here's some animals right here in this field. Look at that. What do we got going here? Oh, I scared them off. One just went running when I flew by. That's cool. Isn't that cool that they can actually be scared off? But this plowed farmer's field up here, I doubt there'd be cows in a plowed field. So, you know, they're getting there. They got live animals now sitting in fields and moving around, but now they have to think about, okay, that looks like a plowed field. I don't think they'd have cows walking around in the mud in the plowed field, right?
Could be if they were wild.
And Kata says, now just play the song I Am Cow by the Arrogant Worms. Is that a thing? Is that a name of a group? The Arrogant Worms. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds alternative. She would know. She's in BC, you guys. That's where all the musicians are. Right, Kata? You know? They're probably living on boats. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Or VW bugs, you know? Okay, cows, one last pass. See if I can get you to run again. Head for the hills. There's Ace right there. I see him now. Yeah. Moving on. I think we're head back over this way to the coast, if I remember correctly. The animals you saw were a pack of lions or something that looked like lions on a grass airstrip in the UK. Yeah, I think it's your setting too. I noticed when I turned up the setting for animals, then they show up more often. Some people don't want to see them, right? I think I'm going the wrong way. So it just depends, right? No, I'm heading the right way. It's just a long way out. Wow. We could just follow that highway and see where it takes us, but I'm going to head back out to the coast. I don't see anybody out there. Oh, over that way. The Elegant Worms, Howard. Call yourself a Canadian. Even I know the Elegant Worms. Oh, the Arrogant Worms. Okay. You guys, I'm old, you know. I like the old music. I'm a Supertramp Boston guy, you know. They're from Alberta. Okay. I haven't heard of them. I don't listen to the newest stuff. I honestly didn't like a lot of the new stuff. I don't like the fact that a lot of them have monotonous music. It's just a constant boom, chicka, boom, chicka. You know, it's like they throw some words in there and they don't even have it going up and down. It's like, it's just boring. Let's go to the next song. So I do, you know, when I'm traveling too, I got Apple Play, I got Amazon Music. You know, I've done a few of these Thursday and Tuesday. I was in 1 hour trips each way and I was listening to music. And It depends on the genre that you want to listen to. You know, even a lot of times I'll listen to classic rock. So I'm not going to hear that stuff, right? It's not classic. So
I'm not sure if they qualify as new music, Howard. They formed in Kingston in 1991.
never heard of them. So, you know, and I was a DJ for years too. So, I mean, it's okay. So how popular are they? Are they indie? Are they alternative? Are they rap? If they're any of those, then yeah, probably haven't heard of them. Most people wouldn't hear them. But I'll check them out, just because you said it. I'll check them out, make a decision.
Their songs have been played on the radio, the internet, and in outer space. Because it was
Oh.
played on the Space Shuttle Endeavour.
Oh, that far back, okay. And I've seen the real Endeavour, you guys, up close and personal at the Kennedy Space Center.
They've toured ceaselessly across Canada and other parts of the world. 13 albums. They've recorded with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra.
Huh. And they call themselves the Arrogant what? Worms.
Worms.
Well, that's real desirable. Yeah. Guess it's no different than the Beatles, right? Which became very popular. Yeah.
Well, guys,
Well,
I
they're
hate
from
to go,
Alberta.
but
I
I
won't
gotta head
hold
to
it.
the airport.
Oh, you're heading out, Mike?
All right, Mike. Have a good,
Yep.
good
Have a
safe
good
trip.
one. Safe
Yeah, have a
travels,
good
my
one.
friend.
Thanks a bunch.
And enjoy the weather in San Diego.
We'll do.
Some people have a great lifestyle. Cool. But Kata, you know, they're from Alberta. I won't hold that against them. A lot of rebels there, you know. A lot of rebels there. Including my sister. Yeah. My sister's from Riley, which is southeast of Edmonton. Everybody say bye to Noise Boy Mike. He's heading out. He's leaving on a jet plane. That's it. For real. Don't forget to follow your flight plan there, Mike. What am I doing on my screen? We got so many great screens out there. Like Ace, he's heading back to out to the ocean again. Andrew, he's not sure where he's going. Simo Flyer, what are you flying? Because it's coming up as an airliner on my screen. Can't be.
P-38.
Well, the P-38, I've saw it on past streams. So what's going on? New livery?
I don't know. I haven't seen him close. His tag said P-38. I haven't seen him close enough today to say yay or nay if he is in, but
See that, you guys? GW is calling Mike Miguel. See? Spanish name for Mike, I presume, right?
yes.
I know, like, in Italian, it would be Michele. Right? To Miguel. Cool. Simo Flyer says, same-o, because he loves that plane. So why would it all of a sudden not show up as a P-38? It had in past streams. What is going on? What's the deal? And Dr. No Thumb is flying the Riviera and he's having a ball. I'm just
You
surprised.
do have it installed in 24, right? Because I don't.
Well, I mean, it's been in my it's been in our streams every Saturday. So probably
Maybe
pronounced.
there's an update.
Super Dice is probably pronounced Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguel. Okay. Yeah. So I guess the U is silent, maybe. Yeah. Miguel.
Or Miguel. That just got slurred.
Miguel.
Just got slurred into Miguel.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
GW
You speak so
or-
fast, you don't know, right? Look at that plane. Gata, you got to get this plane. The Riviera, it's a riot. I'm trying to think of who makes it. We went through a whole lesson on it. I wish I'd saved it. We went through so much on our streams. I wish I'd saved them.
Very close, Howard.
Hamar. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, GW. Hamar. We had a ride at FS Expo, you guys. Hung out with these guys. They're a great bunch. And GW Audio, he's also an audio engineer, works with audio systems like Mike does, and he and Mike work together. If I remember, GW, I think you're Mike's boss, actually. And they have a great relationship and work together and know stuff. They know stuff. You got any audio questions, you guys? Concert sound systems, the biggest and the best in the world. These guys help others learn about it, set it up, train people. That's why they travel a lot. Pretty cool stuff what they do. So it was very close. Okay, cool. Well, you know, I am living in Florida. I hear Spanish all the time. It's a lot of Puerto Ricans, and you go to the Home Depot and the signs are in English and underneath the subtitles are in Spanish. So, you know, it's all around me. If you get immersion, it might work. It might work. And then there, I'm playing some, you know, vacation music because we're down on the coast. We're in Spanish country. I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds good, right? How's your fuel, everybody? Check your fuel! So some of us came back out to the coast. Some stayed behind and they're going down the highway. You can see here, we started way back. You're not on my screen, just a second. We started way back here at Acapulco. Great big huge area back here. Let me just see how I'm doing for flying. Make sure I don't crash. And we've come just following the coast. This time we went inbound to this airport where Ace saw the cows. And I just traveled back out to the coast and I'm following the coast again. There's about 3 or 4 of us out here and the rest might join us. But we'll see how it goes, and that's everybody in the distance there. There's the rest of them. Look, we got quite a crowd today spread out now. But I can see Ace is on his way, and whoever else is traveling with him. They're all heading out together. Ah, Dr. No Thumb's with him out in that area right there. And so here's Dr. No Thumb's screen, heading back to the coast. Hunkia says, I love the music. Hey, thanks for the subscription. 22 months, and you guys, he's using Prime. And when you use Prime, Bezos pays for it. You know, if you have Amazon Prime, you can have a free subscription and pick which streamer you'd like to give it to every month. And it's a great thing. Let someone else pay for it, right? It's cool. I'm going to speed it up a bit. I'm going about 80 knots. I'm going to take it up to about 110.
Hey, Surly Dev.
My screen.
Hi, I joined the ForderLearnToFly flying club by subscribing to his Twitch channel. And the best part, I used my
See you,
Amazon
Charlie.
Prime to sub, so Bezos is paying for it.
Out and a boot. You're making fun of Canadians, already, Dev. I've been told we say boot. I don't know. I don't think we say boot. What do you think, Andy?
No.
What do you think, Ace? Do we say boot? Do we say a boot?
I've never heard anybody say a boot.
Well, I've never heard it either, but apparently Canadians do. I mean, we can't recognize our own accent, Andrew. Yeah. Bostonians say it that way. Okay. Yeah, but Bostonians drop the R's too, right? Pak
Yeah.
to ka. You know, they don't even have an R in there. Paul says, I've never heard it. Yeah, Paul. Says the fellow Canadian. Yeah.
Well,
So Charlie's heading out.
Say it how you say it, Howard.
I say about. About. It's about almost 11.
It's not a boat, and it's not a boot, but it's in between.
No, but people tell me that all the time. They say, "Oh, you must be Canadian." Why? You say a boot? I go, "I don't say a boot." You know.
No.
But you know,
I don't say a boot either. I say about.
You talk to an English person and say, "I really love your accent." They go, "What accent? What are you talking about, mate?" You know, you can't tell your own accent, right? People can tell I'm Canadian, even though I don't say, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
Charlie,
have a
he
slant.
does,
Okay. I
does have a
slant.
little.
I do have a slant.
It's not a totally pure out and about, but there's a little something in there.
Something in there, yeah. People can.
Not total a boot though.
Yeah.
Although I have heard some Canadians get pretty close to that.
Well, they're from the East Coast.
I don't think so.
I knew you'd say that.
Born and raised,
They're
and
from
we
the
don't
East
say it
Coast.
either.
They
so
say words I've never heard of.
that's Newfoundlanders.
Hey, Dougal.
I don't know.
Good morning, Dougal.
I
Or
don't
good
know.
afternoon, I guess.
Dougal!
Strap
And
says
hello.
he agrees just a smidge, so.
I thought a boot was something on your foot. Yeah, you know, your foot. You say foot. It's almost like a U, F-U-T, foot. But yet a boot is a boot, you know? A boot on your foot. And yet they're both spelled the same. You know, it's the English language, you guys. It's just amazing.
Yeah, but we say about, as in owl.
About. Yeah, that's it. Overpronounce it.
Well, now that you're thinking about it, you're
Yeah.
getting
I'm
more
just
and more about. But when
just
you
saying
just
about.
say it, there's a little something in there.
There's something in there. Yeah. You never know. But all the influences wherever you live, right? Here I'm in Florida, you know, like so many people say y'all. Y'all is a normal thing. Like Mike does, right? I think Mike used to live down here. Or lived
Yeah,
further
Mike's,
south.
Mike's from Louisiana.
Yeah, and he says y'all. How y'all doing? People here say it all the time. And I was thinking of y'all. It's like, what? We don't say that in Canada, but you know, I'm getting used to
Oh,
it.
it's okay. Up here, y'all is kind of a boat.
Y'all. But you know, I know what it means. It means
As in
you
a
all.
B-O-A-T kind of boat.
How are you
So-
all
so-
doing? Just say y'all, right?
Is it sorry or sorry?
It's sorry for sure.
Sorry,
Sorry doesn't
yes.
have an A in it. Where's the A? There's no A in sorry.
Well, actually, there is. It's spelled S-A-R-I, and it's addressed from India.
Right.
That's a sorry.
But you're saying the word sorry, right? When you say,
S-O-R-R-Y is sorry.
S-O-R-R-Y. Sorry.
Better than the use
Yeah, the English language is fine.
or the ute. Gotta watch out for them ute. They're dangerous.
The Utes are dangerous. Sowie. What? Foxy Joe. Now he sounds like Elmer Fudd. Sowie. Whose boot is these shoes? Whose boots is these shoes? Are you talking about the song, Grimmy? Yeah. Sorry for sparking this conversation. Yeah. Hey, it's interesting. It's always an interesting thing when you talk about languages, right?
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, that's true, right? It's funny he could even spell that. How do you even know how to spell that? Forget about it. Yeah. Holy mackerel! Super tie. I can't even read that. What's he saying to What's he saying to Surly Dev? Sorry for spelling me. I can't even say what he's trying to type there. What is he typing, Andrew?
I think
Yeah.
he's saying sorry for spilling my bottle.
Oh, the bottle.
But I'm not
Oh,
sure.
the bottle. It could be the bottle, right? Spilling. Yeah. Go used to
Cool.
have an Elmer Fudd language option in the settings. What? That's cool. That is cool.
I'm safe. I'm from the Midwest. We don't have an accent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left.
Okay. All right, Ace. Actually, you have a radio voice. You should be in radio. Whatever you're doing for a career, get into radio, man. You got the voice for it. You and your brother is Yeans, meaning youngins? Ye-ins. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Ye-ins. That's how the Brits pronounce bottle. The
Depends on
bottle.
where in Britain they're from.
That's true. There's there's so many different dialects.
You thought
guys.
you thought
It's
we're
just like in
discussing
Italy, yeah.
you thought we're discussing accents. Try going to
Yeah.
the UK. They got one from
Oh,
every
man.
time you go around
Much-
and change
Much
change
smaller country
communities.
with
There's a
too
different
many with
accent.
more variables. Yeah. You know, my wife learned to speak Italian in Rome, and she lived there for, I don't know, 7-8 years. She was fluent, right? She's still fluent. But she learned Roman Italian, which the Romans think is the pure Italian, right? Of course. And and that's where both my stepchildren were born too. So you know they speak Roman Italian. Well, we go down to the Amalfi Coast. We were down heading towards Naples and all those places down there. She couldn't even understand a word they're saying. The dialect is so thick and so different. She couldn't even figure out what they're saying. Now she turns around and says something to them in Roman Italian, which I don't think that's a thing, but she says it is. But they don't understand her. It's like it's the same language. Wait a second, it's that bad, you guys. The dialects are so different. It's that bad. Ace pronounces his R's, unlike the East Coast of Boston.
Yeah, Hermit, I got relatives on the East Coast,
Boston.
and the things they do with their R's,
Yeah, or drop them.
they add them where they're not, and they remove them where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Boston is like Bawston, Boston. I mean, we had a tour guide that kept drilling us. No, you're not saying it right. Say it after me, and he would actually keep doing it. That was a pretty annoying bus ride all through Boston because he wanted to make sure we said Boston properly. You got to do it.
Hi, I joined the ForderLearnToFly flying club by subscribing to his Twitch channel. And the best part,
Oh, Alexa.
I used my Amazon Prime to sub, so Bezos is paying for it.
Well, Bezos is paying for it. See, there you go. Boston. No, it's BAW, Boston, or even BWA, Boston. You know, you got to get that in there. But you know, we've had friends here who are from that area, you know, Massachusetts and all that, and they're like, I remember the one fellow was like, "You want me to pack the car?" And he's like, "I want you to do what?" And it was park the car, right? But
The car's already packed.
And he
Car's already packed. We don't need to
Elaine
do
would say
it.
to them, "You know, there's an R in the English language." I mean, she was really bold to say that. It's like, and they would say, "What?" She says, "You know, you're going to pack the car." And it's like, he goes, "Yeah." She starts laughing. It's like, "There's an R in there in both those words, right?" He goes, "Yeah." Pack the car.
They just don't pronounce them, that's all.
You know, the funny thing was, and that same fellow introduced us to our neighbor 2 doors down. It was Dottie and Ott. Get this, it was Ott, right? He called him Ott all the time. Hey, you got to, and we say, "Hi, Ott, how you doing?" He shakes our hand and everything.
His name's Art, right?
So
Art.
yeah, you guys, you know where I'm headed with this, right? So comes Christmas time, we send a Christmas card to our neighbors, right? And so we send one over to Dottie and Ott, and Elaine spells it O-T-T. How do you spell Ott? She just writes O-T-T, okay? And then Dottie, his wife, talks to us and says, "You know, you realize my husband's name is Art." She goes, "No." And it's like, "You got to be kidding. You know, Jimmy Spencer introduced us to you as Ott." She goes, "Well, yeah, he's from Boston." There was no R in there. It's like Ott. We were calling him Ott for first year. The whole first year, I was like, "Hey, Ott." He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" Yeah, it was funny.
That's funny.
My car's packed. Yeah. In the garage.
Yeah, there's a word that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah, that one's smooth. How you doing? Where are we? We are on the southern coast of Central America. We were in
Mexico.
Acapulco, and we'll just keep going from there. And we'll give you the next airport if you want. If you want to join us, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Come join us.
Now that that place that you park your cars, that word can get you in a lot of trouble because there's so many different ways of saying it.
In the garage. Yeah. So Groovy says, "Where I'm in Northern England, we chop so many words up. No one says in the. Most say into.
In it.
Oh, I see. In it. Got
Int.
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something.
in it.
Yeah, in it. But guys, my youngest son lives in Oxford. He went to school in quite a few different places. He ended up in Oxford and he got his PhD there and he married there. And so he's in Oxford. That's where he lives now, right, for years. And so we're expecting him at some point to say, "Indeed." But he hasn't said it yet. We're waiting for it. And we're just going to start clapping. He's going to say it sooner or later. And it's just, we keep kidding him about it because he's Canadian. He still speaks with a Canadian accent. And he's like, we got to wait till he starts saying, "Indeed." And then he'll be finally he'll be a Brit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Brad, I think here around here we still call it a garage or a garage. Or when we don't. I've seen some people say garage.
Some people do say garage. Yeah. I hear that. I go, "Oof." Yeah, it's just a garage.
It's garage is the normal for around
Just a
here.
garage. Yeah. Take your car to the garage. Park in the garage. I did say garage earlier. That's right. My Tesla's parked in my garage.
Well, you can that's how it's pronounced in Newfoundland, according to Rad.
Hi.
They just
I
leave out the
joined the
first day.
ForderLearnToFly flying club by subscribing to his Twitch channel.
I go back. I see. I go back to my main screen and it restarts that video. Sorry. I don't mean to push that in. Yeah, Super Ty, you're getting close there to be banned there, buddy. Watch that language. I know what you're saying. It can't be done that, lads. Can't be done that. Done that. Yeah. He's right. He's actually written it properly, yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that here.
Can't be done that.
Can't do that here.
Can't be doing that.
Don't you love the English language, you guys? So many variations. So apparently it's the hardest language to learn. You know, those of us who...
Can't understand that. English language. What is it? It's French
so many
and German,
right? I mean, it's a combination of all of them, right? Isn't it? Everything's got to
pick a language in Europe.
Where does
something
that
in
word
English.
come
It's
from?
got something
that's
to do with
Germanic. Yeah, where does that one come from? Oh, we borrowed that
that's
one
French.
from French. Yeah. Where'd that one
Well,
come
that's
from?
like the military rank. That's
Oh no.
yeah.
What? Why is he?
Well, we pronounce the American.
If he says, "Oh no," what are you going to say?
Americans pronounce it as lieutenant. The UK and Canada pronounce it as lieutenant.
Right, tenant.
Have you seen how it's spelled?
Yes, it's spelled lieutenant, and I actually found out why we pronounce it lieutenant and you guys pronounce it lieutenant.
So the
lieutenant is the French word. The lieutenant version comes from the Italian spelling, and the British forces.
Canadians of all people would lean towards the French pronunciation.
Yeah, but we're English.
Well, yeah, but
most of us.
Well,
or I should say most of us, but a lot of us.
You got a heavy French influence there, though.
The British forces adopted the name for that rank from the Italian version, which is somewhere in the lieutenant version of the pronunciation. And then somewhere along the way, they adopted the French spelling, which is what most people would say lieutenant to. It's just we never changed the pronunciation. So we still spell it lieutenant, but we pronounce it lieutenant. I have no idea why why anybody would do that, but that's why.
I have to say, Andrew, I was in the Canadian Armed Forces. We called them lieutenant. We never said lieutenant. And that's just... And there were a lot of French, too. There was a lot of only French speaking in the Canadian Armed Forces. My roommate was an only French speaking. He couldn't speak English. I couldn't speak French at the time. And the rank is lieutenant. We never said lieutenant.
It's French.
We never said lieutenant. Yeah.
I've always called it lieutenant.
No
I can't
screen
blame
tags,
that.
Nothing is showing up on the EFP. Are we flying south? Hermit.
Yes.
Ish.
Put the kufi in the bag. Put the kufi in the bag.
What am I flying? Well, actually, I'm doing east right
It's
now.
closer to east.
Yeah, I'm doing east now.
This part's east now.
We're going down Mexico.
Down the southern coast of Mexico.
Well,
we're going to end up at Panama City someday. I'm on live weather, live time. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. We were in foggy times to start, but we're good now.
There's still a haze, but...
I like that. That's realistic. I guess it's because I'm used to flying in Toronto, where there's always a haze, but, you know, that's probably smog. They say it's not smog in Canada. It's just, you know, a warmer... It's warmer around Toronto. That's why the snow goes around us, right, Paul? Is Paul with us still? No, he left, right? So, Rad, Grudge here in Newfoundland. Rad, I want to get a hold of you to. I think you do SAR in real life, right? You do SAR stuff.
Yep.
I'd like to have you on as a guest leader to take us through SAR mission or SAR helicopter, and you know, we'll do it with Say Intentions. We'll do a mission with them, and you'll talk about the pattern. You'll talk about what we're looking for, maybe something like that. I'm hoping you'll join me and do that. Let's talk about a date, potential date for that, and we'll do a Tuesday lesson sometime in the future. Get lots of time so we can practice and talk about it. And we'd really like to learn from your experience, because you've got some great information about how that works. And a lot of us are doing these things in missions now, in Say Intentions and in career mode. And we don't really know what we're doing. We're just flailing around looking for orange smoke. You guys on my screen? Look at this cliff here. That's almost like the White Cliffs of Dover.
Paul says he's on your left wing.
He's been trying to stay on my left wing for a while, right?
Well, he's on your left
Because
hand
I'm
side
not,
anyway.
because I'm not predictable. Yeah, I see him there. There he is. I see you, Paul. So you're still with us, okay? Who was it that left? It was Mike that left, and then someone else left right after.
No, Charlie left.
Charlie, that's it. Okay, sorry. Hoom-pa-pa, hoom-pa-pa, hoom-pa-pa. That's a hoom-pa-pa song. Can you just hear the tuba in there? Hoom-pa, hoom-pa, right? Except when I try to type. Yeah, that's the same thing I got too, right? Look at that. 2 diamonds in the sky. Is that cool or what? Hang in there, Paul. You can do it. He's actually doing very well considering I'm all over the place. I'm not on a flight. I'm not on autopilot or anything. I look away and I'm actually doing a nosedive and he's falling right along. He's good.
Hey, looks like we got a nice coastal airport coming up.
Is that the one I typed in chat?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's Puerto Esperanza? Escondido.
Listen to you.
Mike Papas.
GW's going to say something about that, Andrew, because I don't think that's how you say it. Let's do it again. Do it again.
Puerto Escondido.
Say Puerto. Puerto.
It's,
Escondido.
Mike Papa Sierra? Yeah, Papa Sierra.
It's like Puerto Rico, right? Don't you love the music? I do. Here in Florida, you go to a Mexican style restaurant, you'll get these guys playing like this. There's always a cornet, there's always a bass guy, there's always somebody with a guitar, could be a tuba, and they're loud. You're there trying to eat, all of a sudden, wham! It's like, hey, the band's here. But it adds flavor, doesn't it? It sets the atmosphere. Music is the spice of life. Someone's way over. Oh, Barry Hawk's way over there. A Sobo passive aircraft, something. Can't tell what he's in. More beaches. Talking about hundreds of
hills now.
miles of beaches. Hundreds of
The
miles.
hills are coming down to the water now.
Where you are, yeah.
Wow, there's more hills closer to the water than there was when we took off.
Right. Let's go back over to Dr. Milton. What's up? Look at him, he's coming in. He's coming in. Oh, I got him just at the right time. Look at that. He's gonna touch down. Look how nice and gentle he's coming in. Probably like 1 foot per minute. They won't even know they touched the water. He's so good. Nice. Listening to Spanish music on the Mexican coast in an Italian airplane. I think it's good. Take this moment to say thank you to everybody for joining us. It's great that you come along. Enjoy our Saturday group fly where we're just, for the fun of flying, you guys, our love of aviation, looking around at places we'd never get to be in the air, flying together, which we could never do in real life because we're from all over the world. Just amazing. And lots of fun. The Mariachi Band. Foxy says, are Cuban. Okay. Well, Cuban Spanish. Espanol, absolutely. Been to Cuba lots of times, you guys. Absolutely loved it. Sailed a catamaran, scuba dive, snorkeling. Look at that shot. Dr. Northam, you're living the dream. Look at that. Where do you get to do that? You know what I mean? Own a plane, fly to exotic places. Stop the plane, drop the anchor, go for a swim. Then go fishing. Spot a couple of dolphins. See a couple of sharks. Wait a minute, this is getting scary. So Rad says, we'll just have to stipulate that what I do is Canadian based. US has their own protocols. No problem. No problem. And might even be good to investigate what is the difference or what are the major differences, right? Oh, there goes the anchor. He actually does have the anchor, you guys. You just put the anchor out. It's got the door open. And amazing, the door's open that way. All the way out to the front. Out of the way. They probably have a latch on them too, right? That is cool. Look at that. There's the life. So where are you going for a vacation? Oh, I'm just going to fly around, drop anchor, and go for a swim. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to go to Cuba. I know some countries can't, but certainly Canadians are welcome there, and I think Americans can go now.
Nope.
Most Americans that I've met haven't been. I don't think they want to go, but they would be pleasantly surprised how cheap it is, and all-inclusive. Flight, hotel, all the food, all the booze, everything, it's all-inclusive. You don't tip anybody. And it's an affordable vacation in a warm country with white sands and beautiful beaches. And at least in the tourism areas, the people are certainly happy and accommodating, so most of them speak English. Good place to go. But I think, you know, maybe because it's the Veradero area where there's all the resorts along Veradero, right? And then there's, you know, hiking tours in Havana and all that. But, you know, maybe that's why it's tourist country. There are more tourists in Cuba than there are Cubans. And, you know, their sugar industries, you know, shrunk down to a, you know, percentage of what it used to be. Their main export, their main business is tourism now, where it used to be sugar, right?
Yeah, all-inclusive trip to Cuba means something else in America.
Why? Oh, because of Guatemala?
Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Oh, Guantanamo Bay, right? Paul, we shall not speak politics. But it might be. I mean, I know we saw more business opened up when we've been there. We were there many years ago before we had our Florida home. But, you know, we would escape for a week or two at Christmas because it's the only time my wife could get time off as a teacher. And we'd go down there for a couple weeks. And we noticed the second year we were there, we noticed a couple of little shops popping up on the resorts where people could sell their own goods and make their own money. That wasn't usually the case because it's all controlled, of course, right? But it seemed to be opening up for more enterprising businesses, right? Interesting area anyway. But, you know, being the real meaning of a communist country is something that not everybody would want to move there for sure. But a lot of businesses, like US businesses, I mean, in the 50s it was the vacation spot of the wealthy. And the wealthy came and built, you know, the US Army came and built bridges, and baseball was introduced back in the 50s, and baseball is now one of their national sports, of course, because of the US. The US influence was great back then, until they weren't allowed to go anymore. I think could it be around the Cuban Missile Crisis time, where the US was banned from going there or something, right? But, you know, Canadians being peacemakers and always being peacekeepers, were always welcome to go to places like that, so. Were the Soviets a reason? Yeah. I never get into the politics, and I don't want to on the channel either, but it's just a wonderful place to visit. It's made for tourism for sure. And as long as you stay in the touristy areas and don't worry about any other politics, then you probably really enjoy it. The price pertains to a lot of us, and you're trying to find a cheap vacation where you're not being nickel and dimed every time you turn around. You got to tip somebody. You don't have to do that. A peso back then, anyway, a peso was equivalent to an American dollar, and if you tipped them a peso, you were tipping them a week's wages, and they can live on a peso a week because, you know, they didn't own their own houses, they didn't own anything really, and they were quite happy. But you wouldn't tip them a peso because that's a week's wages, and it's not fair to the rest of the employees, right?
Cuban peso right now is 6 cents Canadian.
Canadian, yeah. Well, I wouldn't compare anything against Canadian right now because it's crap. We're getting hit hard, you guys.
Okay, it's 0.42. It's 4.2 cents American.
4.2 cents American. How did that happen? Used to be 1-on-1. Wow. Well, again, you know, Canadian dollar used to be more than the American dollar at one point. Not long ago, my son bought a car in Fort Lauderdale because it was cheaper to buy a car in the U.S. than it was to buy one in Canada.
Yeah, that
Well,
lasted for
that's-
what, all of about
A
a
year?
month.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be short-lived. Yeah, that. Yeah. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, a lot of people go there and stay, and they love it. Yeah, why not? It's an exotic, warm getaway, and lots of fun stuff to do. All the resorts have all this stuff going on: sailing, snorkeling, you know, adventures, walking adventures, heading into Havana for tours, and all the rest of it's there. Good place to go.
Barry, glad to see you drop by and you managed to hook up. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. We do this every Saturday around the same time. You know about Thursday, you know about Tuesday, so same times on those 2 days at was it 2200 Zulu and 1400 Zulu on the Saturdays. So you know, come and join us next week if you can.
Ace is skimming the water in the DA-22. Oh,
42.
sorry, DA-42, yeah. Sorry. I found this little remote island here. Wow. Rumpelzuck found it for me. He put his claim on it. This island sitting right here. Just sitting here all by itself with only a few trees on it in the middle of nowhere. Huh. Yeah, Rumpel's going around.
Is that going to be resort number 2?
That's going to be our next resort because this one's warmer. You guys, if I knew how to do scenery, I'd do it. We were very lucky to have the resort in Alaska. Mallard goose. Okay. Barry Bolin. The mallard goose. Oh, yeah, the goose, yeah. The mallard goose. I hadn't heard it called the mallard goose, Andrew. What's the goose we fly? It's the
Grumman.
The Grumman goose. But what's the mallard goose? Is it the same thing? It's just called the mallard? I know I've got the little brother to that, to the goose, and we have three different. There's three different goose.
There's the
versions,
widgeons.
right?
There's the goose. Then there's the new big one, biggest of the four.
Albatross.
Albatross.
The
I'm not
albatross,
sure
okay.
if the. Yeah, okay. It's the one in between. It's the one in between the duck and the albatross. That is the mallard. Okay.
Thought the mallard was a male duck. Okay, that's it, Paul. Back to Dr. Notham. What's he doing? Skimming the water. He's finished fishing now, and he's back in the air. He took his break, and now he's good. How's your fuel, everybody? I'm stopping at the next airport for sure. I need some fuel.
My fuel's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, but I did the sensible thing.
You filled up.
Got fuel at that last airport?
I
do you-
filled
what
up.
do you-
I even just for the sake of it, I taxied over to the fuel pumps first.
So what are you saying, Andrew? You did the sensible thing. What are you saying? What does that say about the rest of us? Huh?
Oh, you stopped at an airport and didn't fuel up.
You
Yeah.
didn't stop.
And my friends didn't remind me either. That's funny. Yeah, I didn't stop you, right?
You overflew the airport looking for cows
Yeah.
from the air. but
I
you
was
never
looking for
actually
cows instead
landed.
of looking for fuel. Like, come on, Howard, get your priorities straight. The mallard is a duck species. Okay, Red. And they're all beautiful ducks, you know. Yeah. What is the full name of that plane again? Is it the Riviera? It's just something like. I'm trying to think of the full name of the thing. We had so much fun with it. That's a great plane. It's a 4-place, you guys. 4-place pusher. Versatile little baby. So you guys have heard the song. I think the song is actually called Escondido. And it is a Cuban song by the Cuban singer who's become a star now. And I think she started the duet with Bieber, Justin Bieber, and then she has her own version of it, which is very Cuban sounding, right? So that word itself, and maybe GW, if you're still with us, maybe that word, you can tell us what it means, Escondido. And this airport we're coming up to is Puerto Escondido. Give us a little insight about that. It's actually the town. It's actually the city we're going into, so the airport's named after it. Back over to Ace. Skimming the coastline. Scaring everybody with his twin engines. Oh, there's a lake over there. And looks like Timbo's on the lake. Timbo 5247, how you doing? Oh, you're in the Super Decathlon. Nice. Doing inverted. Let's do it. He just flew over the lake. Way cool. Glad you're here. So there's 2 links there right now, you guys. One is the MSFS 2024 one by Dane Simer. And the older one is still there too, if you're going to use it in 2020. But I think Dane Simer said that. Did he say the 2024 one would work in 2020, or did he say it would not? Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, caught up to Dr. No Plane. And we still got about a half an hour. There we go. About a half an hour left. And we're going to keep going till around noon Eastern time, you guys. That's what we do on Saturdays. We could end early, but hey, let's go a little further. We'll go get some gasoline here at the next airport and then go from there. Those of us who didn't do the sensible thing at the last airport, Andrew. Looks like you're flying back. Ace, you coming back to the airport? You're flying the coast in the opposite direction, right? Oh, I see.
Oh, I overflew the airport and doubled back around, bleeding off some speed.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep. Kind of figured that the ocean was on the wrong side. There you are. I see where you are. I think runway 09 is right in our line of sight here for those of us flying along the coast. That should work. And Ace is coming in high and hot. Well, that's a good approach for you. You still doing the FPS thing or no? I guess it's too late now to ask.
Oh, I can't do that till we get flow back.
Oh, right. We got to get... That was a flow thing, right? Yeah.
But I do have flight sim monitor, or the landing rate monitor running, and it gave me an applause.
Perfect.
Got 36.
We all need an applause now and then, right? In life. Coming in for fuel. I'm sipping it. It's getting down into the yellow reserve. It's not even bingo anymore. I think bingo fuel means you got enough to get back, if I remember correctly. Maybe I should pull it back from the speed I'm going right now. It wasn't even set up for an approach, but I'll pull it off. I'll pull it off. Watch this. You know, when a pilot says watch this, you guys, you'll wish you were on the ground. Down here. bleed it off, get down into the flap range. If there was someone in the plane with me right now, they'd be reaching for the bag. There, keep it level, bleed it off, bleed it off. Drop the flap, drop another flap, and another flap. Look at that. And stall. Put her down. Nothing to it. All right, I'll collect everybody's brown bag now and put them in the disposal. Like, that was pretty drastic, Howard. Yeah, I know. Remember, you guys, there's no steerable on this thing. It's not really a bush plane either. That was differential braking to turn it around. Man made it in. What's he flying? It looks like something warplane. Something warplaney.
He was in the Vertigo last time I saw him.
Oh, was he? Oh, it looked like a radial engine coming down the runway. Just saw it for a moment. Going for fuel. I see it up ahead. Oh, Dr. Notham, I saw you on the approach, and I came here to watch you land, and you're already there. Just puts it down. He can fly anything, that guy. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. Welcome to our vacation day, you guys. For those of you that are in the cold and watching the snow, come on down to the southern coast where the weather's warm and the hospitality is. Wow, I just ran out of fuel at the pump. Ooh, you guys, it doesn't get any closer than that. Look at that float plane coming in. Oh, look at that. FW Ryder, hang in there, Harry. Nice. What are you flying? What is that thing he's flying? It's big. Can't be the 182. It's got to be bigger than that. Look at these shots. Dr. Notham, you're getting some great footage here. FW Ryder, what are you flying? What is that big, huge float plane you're in? It's great. Heron Priest minus 3 feet per minute is sweet. And the Vertigo. Oh, got control of that baby. Look at this, you guys. I'll just come briefly to my screen. Look, I pull up. I'm coming around the pump, and it stops right here. It completely conks out. You can't plan it any better than that. It's kind of funny. Guess I better shut it down for the moment. Look at that. Gear, gear, gear. Pull up, pull up. There's the gear. It's funny, it's the same thing we used to see back in 2020. It's still the same thing, isn't it? The gear all of a sudden shows up when you're closer, right? Kata is also live. Okay, that's cool. We can go and raid Kata this time, right? Well, we got a break in the landings here. Look at this screen, you guys. Look at how many planes we got here at the airport. Look at them all. Oh, that's a lot of planes. That's cool. Way cool. Back to Dr. Notham. He's got some good coverage going on there. And I'll get some fuel here. Fishing rod. That's the Caravan? Wow, it's a big, beefy looking plane. That's the Caravan. Wow. That's what Paul wants to buy next for career mode. That Caravan. Paul, I won't tell you how many companies I have now. And how many airplanes I own. But let me just say this. I'm typically making $2 million a day now. And that's it. Now I'm ready to make the final video, part 3. So, you know, and I'll talk about all my experiences along the way. Don't forget, you guys, when you put fuel in from the tablet, don't forget to load it into the airplane. I've had people ask me, I keep filling up the tanks, but it never goes into the airplane. There's a button that says load into aircraft. 1 mission a day, 3 days a week. Yeah, I'm doing 1 mission a day minimum. Sometimes I'm doing 2 missions because I'm working on the computer anyway, and it's sitting in autopilot. So, but I don't use sim rate stuff. I don't want to do that because what's the sense, right? But I'm certainly having fun with it. Having a ball, you guys. Yeah, but Paul, once you get more planes, it's because all my planes are making me money. Once you have more planes and you put crew on all of them, then they will all make you money. If you're in one mission for 2.5 hours, all your planes will do 2.5 hours too. There's where you're making money. That's really the secret to making more money. Yeah. Turn crew on all of them. Whichever one you're using will be your real time, but all the rest will be crewed. So that's it. Make some money and buy planes. Keep buying them. Just keep buying a bunch of 172s, right?
Was interesting.
What happened, Andrew?
Ace just took off in front of me.
Yeah.
And you're in the 142, right?
Yeah.
The DA-42.
Yeah, or the 42, yeah. And I saw a Diamond Aviation plane go by in front of me.
Didn't we work this out on the moderator stream last week that you could see me?
Yeah.
So
It's just weird, though, because
You
you're
don't
flying a
have-
plane I don't have.
I wonder
I
if
see.
Cows is doing some sort of model matching injection thing with their planes. You buy one, maybe you can see all of them.
yeah, Paul, you got to be in career mode for passive income, yeah. Because while you're flying a career mode mission, they're flying a mission. So you'll see when you look at your passive list, you'll see the same hours for all of them. It's the same hours that you just did, right? In career mode. I haven't seen passive come through from flying like today. I won't get 4 hours of passive in career mode because I'm not in career mode. I'm in free flight, right? A lot of default model matching AI aircraft. Yeah, Wombi. Hey, how you doing? Wombi's in the house, you guys. VIP's with us. How's it going? That's interesting. It'd be interesting to see the list too. So that could be it, Andrew. Wombi says it has a lot of default model matching going on. This is what we expected, though, you guys. Just so you know, when they were talking about this back at Grand Canyon, when they were talking about this in previews, the presentation they gave at the Grand Canyon, you guys eventually saw as a public video on YouTube. When Seb was showing us this, he was showing us that in 2020, your aircraft didn't come down from the cloud, but in 2024, it does. Everything comes from the cloud, as we know. Right? It causes some people grief. And we expected that, okay, so if the aircraft comes from the cloud, we should see model matching improved. I think that's exactly what's happening, right? For some planes, I guess, right? Let me get my plane going here. We got to do another little while here. There we go. There's another one of those Hoompa songs. Hoompa, hoompa, hoompa. I really worked my engine. I tell you, it's broken. I can't get it started. I'm in trouble. What was the secret? Oh, I probably flooded it, that's all. Right. And now I'm going to kill the battery. Right, Paul says that even though you don't actually have the plane. But wait a minute, DA-40 is a third-party plane. Same with Andrew though, right? DA-42 is a third-party Cows plane, right? Okay, what's going on with my plane? Bling, 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 bling. Bling. we're seeing inside there. Let's go over to Paul. Paul's out there. Dr. No Thumb's waiting for the rest of you to come in. Groovy's is coming in with the big sea star. Let's see that come into land. That's going to be cool. Yes. Bling. Isn't that a pretty song? Okay, that's all set. Set there. Table it there. Give it some power. Do, 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 do. Upgraded from my 20-year-old Satec pedals to the Thrustmaster TPRs. Wow, how big a difference! So much more enjoyable. So are those the ones like Ace that you had? Thrustmaster TPRs, the big sturdy things that you had troubles with, though. I presume they fixed the troubles, right?
Yeah, Thrustmaster pendular rudder pedals, so that's 10 times fast. Yes, those are the ones I had before I got my Virpils.
And you prefer the Virpils?
Yeah. The pendulars were a really good feeling. They're great feeling pedals. My problem was I kept getting those disconnects that a number of people had. And hopefully that was just like a bad batch for a bunch of us that bought them all around the same time. I probably needed to contact Thrustmaster and send them in and get a controller replaced or something. I didn't do that. I should do that still. I should try to reach out to them. But I ended up getting the Virpils and really like them. So I haven't missed the TPRs.
So I have a used one.
And now with the damper on them too, I like them better than the Thrustmasters now that I got the damper and stuff. But I think you can get a damper for the Thrustmasters also.
Hope so.
I think there's a way to do that. Yeah, Wambi, they are great feeling pedals. I will give them that. They were very nice feeling pedals. So are the Virpils though.
You have pendulars, okay. Dr. Notham says the models are in your streamed packages folder. They are called FS-24 Asobo passive aircraft. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Streamed packages folder. Nice. All right, I'm all fueled and ready to go. Heading back out.
I will say one thing that was nice with the pendulars is that that middle column you could kind of kick back and prop your feet up on top of there like a footrest.
See? Try and do that with all the rest, yeah. We should follow the same line that we were just on, so I think we'll take off the same way people were coming in, you guys, just to keep things easy. I'm going to taxi down to the far end there. If there's any kind of taxiway here. Looks like there isn't. Is that a taxiway or is that a road? Looks like a road. Yeah, so Wombi, we're at MHPS.
No, we're at MPS.
Mike.
Oh, God, the writing is so tiny on the little map here on my screen.
Yeah. Mike Papa Sierra.
Sorry, Mike got it. Oh, look at all these boulders on the road. Huh. Those are the things that'll kill you in career mode. You come into land to pick somebody up in a rescue, and there's boulders right on the runway, or on the, not on the runway, on the grass areas where you're trying to land. Something always in the way. Little challenge thrown in there. Here, hiccup on this. You know, it's funny, you zoom into Little Lab Map, but the text never changes, right? So you can zoom in all you want, but the text is like...
Sobo passive aircraft TA-42.
Yeah, Andrew's looking. He's looking, Wombi, he's looking.
Weird.
Google Maps is the same, annoying as heck. Yeah. Really gotta zoom in. I guess I better take off before I hit that plane. Made it. And we're on our way again. This is the right direction too. Head back over to the coast, over that way. Let's go. A few more minutes, you guys. We'll see how far we get. And let's rock and roll. Southeast Asia, yep. We're staying there, Wombi, just for consistency. Everybody's used to it. It works. No one's complained. So we're just staying there. We could probably go to something else, but let's keep things consistent. I'm also going to thank those who are on live right now with YouTube. Thanks for joining in. We really appreciate you joining in and saying hi. I guess to you guys on YouTube, we would be new live streamers. We've been doing this for 4.5 years on Twitch. And we just thought we would invite you guys in case you're not on Twitch. Wow, 54th Infantry Battalion heliport. Ooh. Wow. I'm just looking at comments on YouTube. Den says, Mexico Narcotic Airlines? Yeah. Yeah, and it was an interesting statistic that my wife showed me today, or yesterday. And there's the heliport right there.
Do we have YouTube moderators?
Yep. Yeah, Mike is. I think Paul is also. They were there always saying thank you, or saying hello and welcome, so I just gave them that. I figured out you could actually give them that role, and I'll do the same with you, Ace and Andrew, as soon as I take some time to figure it all out again. But I'm still learning how the YouTube thing works. It's very different than Twitch. Twitch has definitely been a gamer's platform for multiplayers for a long time. Right? Did everyone fuel up? Yeah, I hope so, Midnight Sun. I certainly did, because I was on bingo fuel. It was less than bingo fuel. I actually ran out of fuel at the fuel box just as I was pulling up. How is that for timing? No pilot would ever do that. They would always have reserve to go to another airport. Surly Dev says, I'm a mod over there, but not at home at the moment. Yeah, see? We got a few of you over there, yeah. Just to welcome everybody, because I can't watch every screen all the time, right? Back on the coast, I see there's some people way up ahead, because they kept going. Krabby One's one of them. Sumo Flyer's another one. Maybe you were the only two way up ahead, but the rest of us are starting to catch up again. We're back here. There they all are, you guys coming up. Let's go! I'll lead the way. Unless Andrew's already there. And Strap's going to poke in on YouTube. So I don't know if you have the right too, Strap, but I'll make sure all current moderators on Twitch will have the same rights over on YouTube now. That way it makes it easier. And then don't be afraid on YouTube. If you want to ask a question, ask any of the moderators, and they'll be able to answer it for you if I don't happen to see your chat screen. Right? So Ace, I see your logo shows up in YouTube like that, but I don't know if if you were a moderator, it would show up with a gear, a wrench icon. So I'm gonna have to change that and give you the role. Like Mike Audio. Look at Mike Audio's name there, further up in chat.
That's an old logo too. I haven't even thought about updating my logo on YouTube.
Because we don't use it, yeah. So yeah. Mommy says, in that case, I don't think my multiplayer is working. Why not? Did you pay your Game Pass this month? I still think it's not fair. I know it's a gamer thing. The gamer thing on Xbox is always about Game Pass. If you want to do multiplayer, it's always been that way. But here, you know, PC flyers get multiplayer for free, and yet Xbox players have to get at least core Game Pass, right? If they want the sim itself, they got to get Game Pass Ultimate. So it's still not fair that they have to pay for the luxury of multiplayer, right? Even if all they do is a sim.
I was going to ask Wambi, did he get turned off somehow?
Well, Wambi plays with a lot of settings, so he probably did. He was testing something, because he's always testing something. Why am I on my screen when there's so many other cool screens out there? Look what Ace is doing. You know?
Srap's flying the Sting. I haven't flown that in a long time, Srap. It works okay. It's working okay in
cool
24.
Yeah, you know,
can't remember if I can't remember
a lot of things over that work. So I don't know.
I don't remember if Raul put an update in for it or not before we moved everything over.
Hey Maddie! I don't pay for Xbox Game Pass, so I shadow fly when I want to fly with a group of people. And they can't see me. Wow, I can't see them. They still join in on my own way. Well, that's pretty cool. Wouldn't it be more fun to see everybody? But I guess it's the expense of it, right? So you're there. We just don't know. Oh, incognito. Fish and Rod says I didn't have core for 6 months to save for 2024.
See you, Dr. No Thumb. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thanks a bunch, Dr. No Thumb. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate your screens as always, and your views, and your flying. It's been wonderful. Thank you. He's been with us, you guys, for forever also, and always appreciate what he can do. And Paul, I see you lower than I am along the same coast, so there's 2 diamonds in the lead.
Dr. No Thumb has been following for 4 years, 3 months, 8 days, and an hour.
See? I knew he's with us a long time, right? 4 years, yeah. So, Panamat, nav mode in AP doesn't work on the Sting S4 unless you run 2020 version of PMS GTM 750. Huh. That also means no importing custom waypoints from EFP. Cool, that's good to know the lowdown of it, so it works well for flying, yeah. Yaman, here's one of those Yaman songs, right? Is this a Yaman song? You guys, I'm not making fun of them. I got friends that say that all the time. They turn to me and say, Yaman. I go, Yaman?
Hey.
Yaman. It's a conversation you have, right? Yaman? Yaman.
Kiwi Craig.
Kiwi Craig.
Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time
I just
it
got
happens
home
to be.
from work. Oh, that 4-letter word. We said there's no 4-letter words on this channel, right?
I
can't
see
say work and
Wambi
you can't say
behind
snow.
us. Hi, Wambi, way back there.
Andrew just came alive, you guys. You see that? Holy moly. Mommy's back there? Where'd he come from? Is that airport we were just at?
Yep.
I seem to be, well, Symbol Flyer and Foxy, I think seem to be in the lead for most of us, though. I guess I hit it over here. Yaman! Yeah, Yaman, that's it. The Yaman Arrow, you guys. I fly that on my laptop. I love it. I was just trying it with helicopters the other day. It was nice and stable. Loving that thing. The Yaman Arrow, yeah, it's a controller, you guys. It's a couple of guys that during COVID they were in lockdown and One guy's electronics whiz, the other guy's a good marketing guy, and they both made this thing. Let me turn that down a bit. And they brought their 3 prototypes to FS Expo that year. Wambi and I were the two. I mean, I had to wrestle it away from Wambi just so I could try it. And the two of us gave it a high five, and just by talking about it, it got popular, and everyone else who tried it also got popular. Jane saw it
Wambi?
too.
Wambi, who do you see? I'm going to assume you probably see Panel Man, FW Rider, Foxy Chiller, and Fierce Wolf,
What did he say?
because he says he only sees 4 people, and those are the 4 people that are behind me and in front of Wambi.
Ah, because Wambi doesn't have beta, right?
That's going to be my assumption,
Right, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
so that I'm just slightly out of his visual range.
So you guys, the Yaman Arrow was invented by these 2 guys out of their garage during the COVID times, right? They still had their jobs, just like everybody else who starts these kind of endeavors. And all the work involved in getting this thing into prototype stage just so they can take it to FS Expo. And it was a huge hit. Then they started doing production runs of 10,000 each, and they were running out within 2 days. Sporty sells it, they sell it on their website. Awesome, I fully endorse it. I love the thing, I take it with me with my laptop. My laptop has both FS 2020 and FS 2024 on it. I absolutely love it. YamanFlight.com. Yeah, I was just trying to go there, Strap, and you're just so good. You're just so on top of it, yeah. And that's the baby right there. Pilot tested, pilot approved, you guys. Wonderful. Absolutely loving it. Not for Xbox, just so you don't get misled. Looks like an Xbox controller kind of thing, but it's made for PC. It flies in 2020, 2024, and X-Plane on PC and on Mac. Just so you know. Those who fly X-Plane on Mac. Yaman. Yaman Arrow. That should be their theme song, but I think a lot of people would be upset with that. Yeah, our theme song is Yaman.
Does it come with default bindings, or do you have to go in and bind everything?
It did in 2020. Matter of fact, when I think about it, yeah, it does in 24. I never did put one in. Yeah, so I'm gonna say
Cool.
yes. I was just flying helicopters the other day. It had the helicopter profile automatically, which I'm very surprised at. My Flight Sim Builder, still, I got them back now. Ace, they're sitting in front of me right
Yep.
here. They show up in the sim in 24, but there's no bindings. It's like, what did you guys update? You updated my firmware. I had to actually ship it to them.
You still need to make sure. So the way you're using them, does their software even recognize 24?
Well, that's what I mean. Is they said you have to upgrade your firmware, or if your machines won't do it, you got to ship them. So I had to ship mine because mine are one of the originals.
Right.
So they did something electronically, probably swapped motherboards or something, you know. So I got them all back. My 530 and my G1000s, both of them. So all 3 screens are back now, but they show up in the sim as a line item in the controllers, you know. But there's no bindings.
Correct. You don't bind them that way. Their installer has, when you do the installer, it puts a WASM file into your community folder, and
Wow.
that file needs to be in the 2024 community folder, or it's not going to work. Or you just bind the whole thing through SPAD like I do now.
Yeah, but you had to go in and do each one, right? Like every single dial, every single button.
Kind of. So you can do it that way. I found a online snippet that had most of it done.
Oh, really?
A few things were incorrect, so I had to go in on a few things and change it and fix it myself.
Cool.
But it got me like 95% of the way there.
Yeah, you can do the
And
same.
since then, I've been building alternate profiles for when I'm in planes that don't have the G1000, but I still want to use like the knobs and the autopilot buttons and everything else. I have one that I've been building for like airliners and stuff. It's useful. And that way I don't have to. So another beautiful thing of using SPAD, you know, with the 530, you can switch the mode from 430 to 530.
Right.
But you got to basically relaunch the sim using Flight Sim Builder's way of toggling that. You've got to basically relaunch the sim so that it recognizes it as either a 430 or a 530. I don't have to do that anymore because with SPAD, I literally just I leave it on 530 mode, but I have a 530 and a 430 profile in SPAD, and depending on what plane I jump in and what it needs to be on, it can just dynamically change what variables it's calling without me ever having to switch a mode on the device or restart the sim or anything like that.
So you're saying it puts a WASA module in your community folder? Is it the AFC bridge? Or is that from the
No,
Bravo?
AFC Bridge is a Bravo.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
It
You know, the
would be, I forget what it's called because I haven't had one in so
It's
long.
not called Flight Sim Builder anymore. I'm looking for that name in there. It should be in there. I installed the new launcher, so the launcher should have put it in there.
You install the launcher, and then in the launcher, you tell it to install the panels. And there might be something special you have to do to tell it to install them for 24, because it's probably by default putting it in your 2020 community folder, if you still even have that.
Yeah, I do.
You might be able to just go to the 2020 one and drag the file into your 2024 one and be done with it. Best guess. It would still require a sim reboot to verify that it's working.
Yeah, Kiwi Craig, our flight plan today was we started at an airport and then we then we headed south along the Mexican coast.
It's the Howard Casual because we're on vacation in the south, you know? It's the Howard Casual flight plan. Where are we headed? That way. That way.
Yeah, we're still going east-ish.
Look, Strap says, this is an old flight plan, Kiwi Craig.
God, that is an old flight plan.
Oh, I
You
thought he
have
was
SPAD
joking
next
about
hour?
today being an old flight plan. That shouldn't be there. Why is that there? Oh, he's typed in flight. Wow,
Flight.
I didn't even remember we had such a thing. We have a shortcut called flight. Okay. Why would I can't even remember even putting that in there. Mamma mia. So, no, we normally type in flight plan, and I change that every Saturday. And I think you guys did too last Saturday, right? But
Yep.
flight, wow, I'm going to have to disable that. Like, I think we also have one called aircraft and another one called plane. It's like, why did we do that? Or why did I do that? Hoom, pa, pa, hoom, pa, pa, hoom, pa. Or route. Yeah, route I do change that to be a basic start and finish route. Airport names for those who can't do flight plans. So I do that one every time. I do flight plan, then I do route. And then I check the aircraft shortcut. But then the rest of them is like, wow, there's one called flight. Huh. Yeah, I might end up going with SPAD next, Ace. You know,
I was wondering if you had it.
I have it. I had it for years. I've had all kinds of hardware over the
Okay.
years. Everything. Back in the FSX days, X-Plane days. I mean, I've, had it all.
I'd have to look and see if there's a way that I can actually like share a device profile to you. So, I mean, I could walk you through grabbing the online snippet, and then you'll just have to change the things that aren't working. But I might be able to send you one that's a little more polished.
Well, I'm going to try first
Have
the
to look
WASM
into
thing
that.
and see how well that
Sure.
works. And then that would make it easier for me. And then just keep going with that. Look at these little remote islands, you guys. Ooh, that looks great. I don't know. Decisions, Andrew. I mean, where would we put the next resort? You know? Oh, Strap, you did that? That's nice. How'd you do that? Oh, I see how you did that. Look at that. I hope no one else can do that. Only moderators, right? Did that actually disable it from Stream Elements? Is that what happened?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I hope it's not that easy for anybody to do.
I would assume you'd have to be a moderator that talked directly to Stream Elements, and Stream Elements responded to him. So,
Yep. And it is in fact gone. So.
But okay, yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Yeah. Add flight. Nope. You want to type plan for the flight plan. Huh. But we have flight plan is what we made it. I don't know what plan does. I have to check that. I'm gonna have to clean this up, you guys, because I don't want people misled.
oh, I was going through your Stream Elements to find the place to put the Dropbox link for the moderator stream. I'm like, man, we've got a lot of commands.
There's a lot in
kind
there
of
from over the years.
Commands
all the lessons are in there. There's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, plan. I'm typing in plan. Nothing comes up either. Oh, plane comes up. Plane. Yeah, I'll just leave that in there. Interesting. You can if you want, sir. We trust you, man. We trust you. Demand. Let's do demand. Yeah, man. Let's do demand. Howard is demand. You know, it was actually a Jamaican friend of mine who says "yaman" all the time. You know, I was like, "What do you think of that, yaman?" And so we made jokes with him, right? He's the one who came up with the joke of, "So I bet you don't know this one." And we said, "What are you talking? What do you mean?" He says, "Hody do, hody do, man." And he go, "Hody do, what does that mean?" He says, "You're running for the elevator and you're asking them to hody do." Like, okay. He came up with that. It's like, yeah, okay, that works. You know, when they're making their own jokes, it's great, you know, but if you say it out of context, it's like, oh, you're so disrespectful, you know. You just have a lot of fun with it, you know. It's like Ontarios have Newfie jokes. I'm sure Newfies have Ontario jokes, right, Rad? Right? Yeah, that's the airport we started at, Acapulco. Big, huge area down there. Big, huge tourist attraction area. And we better find an airport soon because we're out of time.
We got rid of the command that corrects you if you mistype route, huh?
I didn't move it. I thought it was still in there. When you say route instead of route, or route instead of route, right? Okay, there is an airport coming up in the next 10 or 15. MM8T, if I could read that. Is it? You guys probably see it better than me.
Mike Bravo Tango.
Oh, Bravo Tango. It's not an 8. Okay. Mike Bravo Tango.
Or if you want one on the coast, there's Mike Bravo Yankee 3.
I don't even see that one. Where's that one? Is that further?
Is that yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can't go further. We got to find something close, but that one's the closest, I think. Let me do a measurement.
Mike Bravo Tango.
20 miles from Bravo Tango from where I am.
Okay. Yeah, and I've got 9.6 nautical miles from where I am, so that's where I'm landing. Then I'll head to that direction right now. 236 on the reciprocal. Oh, I see. There's a heliport there too, I think, or something. Or maybe that's the airport. And that's where we're going today, you guys, and we're going to land there. See, we just never knew where we'd be. Find a good bit of beach and we'll be fine, Groovy says, yeah. What's socials mean? Socials.
So since we're talking about pronunciations, is it route or route?
That's a good point.
Yep.
I mean, you and I both know they call them routers because you're routing packets.
That's where I was going to go. That's
right.
where I was
know where you're
go
going with this because I know your background, right? So we call them routers. We don't call them
people
routers.
say route. And I'm like, but so what? Is it a router?
But I grew up mother tongue speaking route. Yeah, what route are you taking, right? ROUTE. But maybe that's wrong pronunciation.
Well, I don't know. I say route. Unless
I actually have heard people say router.
Well, you know what a router is.
Eye twitch.
Yeah, but router's plumbing.
Well, Rotor Router.
Yeah,
Rotor
Router.
Yeah. They're the number one in the number two business. That's their motto right on the truck.
But in that aspect, it's spelled double O, not OU.
I see a really nice beach right here. Do we have any other one? I might come back to it. You see this beach under me? Maybe that's where we'll land, you guys. You in for it?
Oh, I thought we were going to.
We were, but you know, like everybody's saying, land on the beach, Howard. We are on a holiday. Well, there's another beach coming up here. That one looks bigger though back there. Yeah, it's a big, long, straight stretch. Yeah. Yeah, this one is, well, this one's a long, straight stretch too. We'll come back to the other one. Let's do beach, you guys. It's a beach day. You know what I mean?
All right. Oh,
Were you already at, oh, you're up there. Fierce Wolf, Peter the Bravo. Who
there
else?
are already people that are well underway.
All right, let's head to the airport. Okay. Vowel
In fact,
pronunciation.
there's people that are at the airport.
Chili Beam says vowel pronunciation is relevant to location. Yeah. Socials will throw up links to all your social media. Okay, Groovy, so I'm gonna have to work on that. If you type in exclamation point socials, is that it? Rooter, that's the name, and away go trouble is down the drain. Yeah, right on their trucks it actually says we're the #1 and the #2 business. It's like, it's ingenious. So, Groovius, is that was the socials link, is that a built-in chat command? Or do I have to make it in my custom ones? Interesting, you know? All these years we're still learning more stuff. Always learning, you guys.
I have to look and see. That might be one of the default ones. You probably still have to give it the links, obviously.
Right, yeah. I'll
Parameter.
put Blue Sky in there, YouTube in there, Twitch in there. And that's probably it, I guess. I've had people say you should go on Instagram and you should go on TikTok and you should go on here and you should go on there. And it's like, guys, how many hours in the day do we have?
Right.
Well, that's interesting.
What's
Social
that?
war. Just find it again. Well.
Come on.
S-O. Social. It's under custom for some strange reason, but it gives you a link, and if you use that link, I will make a new tab, so I'll have to do it again. It brings up a picture of the blimp, and then follow us, connect with us on social media. It gives the ForderLearnToFly.com. It gives a link to YouTube. It gives a Twitter, Discord, Twitch TV, and Patreon.
Oh, it's got my Patreon on there that I never use? Okay. How do you do that,
I think
Andrew?
so.
So can you tell us in chat? So
But,
I
but
can
does
copy
it have the Udemy?
It's got ForderLearnToFly.com, the ForderLearnToFly YouTube channel. It still thinks you have a Twitter. It's got a Discord.
I don't
It's
have
got
a
the Twitch, and it has Patreon, and all ForderLearn. It's all ForderLearnToFly stuff. I think. Let me check the Discord. Yep, Discord takes you to ForderLearnToFly.
So to modify it, then we gotta.
Yeah. So it
But how did
is-
you get to that again? I want you to put something in
Stream
chat so I can
elements.
copy it. How did you find it? You just
exclamation point social?
typed- I see. And that gave a link?
It gives you that. Well, I
That
just
link
did
that
it
you
in
see on the
chat.
screen? Oh.
Yep.
So it
And that
already
takes
works.
you that takes you to a page that gives you links to your website and.
I see. It doesn't say socials, which is what someone typed in before. and it
Yeah,
didn't
no,
work.
it's
Okay.
just social. Just social.
So there's no wind, you guys. So it's runway 7. We're going in. It's right on the way. CC. Hey, way to go, Panaman. -2. He's even better than his last landing. Boy, that's a slow song. Holy moly, man. Put us to sleep while we're coming in for a landing. Take it all the way down to the end. Butter. Parquet. Hey, I better be doing butter landings by now. Been a pilot since the 90s. Been flying sims since the 80s. Gotta do something right. But it is harder in the sim, you guys. You don't have the same feelings, you know? You don't have the same sinking feeling, like uncoordinated flight feeling. There's a lot of things you don't have in the sim. It is actually different than in real life. You might think you're floating down beautifully and all of a sudden, wham! It's like, whew, guess I didn't guess that right. You don't have that 3D kind of look, right? It's not connected anymore, huh? Get back there. So here is the live METAR for this airport, you guys, on my screen, and you can see there's no wind. Runway 724, and we're coming in on 7, so we'll keep it all the same direction, you guys, because it's right on our path anyway as we head in toward that airport. And this has been live weather the whole time. Look how gorgeous it is, you guys. Live weather, live time. This is a tool called METAR TAF. I don't know if I paid for it, but it's what I use all the time for real and for sim. It's called METAR TAF. That's this guy right here. It's got a little windsock on it, right? That's the tool I'm using. Here, let's see if anyone else has the same here. Look, there's my email, and I've got 206,000 unread. That would probably bother you, wouldn't it? Ace?
Oof.
Would that bother you?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. So if anyone emails Howard, he doesn't read his email.
I do. I read them. But I skip a lot too. I skim you guys because I get a lot of emails from many different places. And some I get back to. Hey, look at this. We've got ourselves some gifts going on here. Doug, thank you very much. Doug D911, you are so generous. Look, it even made the music pick up from that really slow song. The minute you give a gift, all of a sudden the music just comes alive. The musicians are going, cool. That's great. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Nice. The channel appreciates it. We all appreciate it. Thank you. And those who got a gift from them, say thank you. It's cool, right? Thanks for doing that. Chili Beams, the update in settings bothers you more. Where's that? Where's that? Update in what settings? What are you talking about? We were talking about the METAR TAF app, and then we were talking about emails and how mine seems to have over 200,000 that haven't been read.
He's telling you have a phone update to do.
Really? How do you know that? Oh, I see. Because in settings, okay. I see what he means. Oh, who knows? Don't have to do that. Software update tonight. Okay, that's what that is. No, I don't get dangled by my phone, you guys. It's just like I control it. It doesn't control me. And that's how it goes. And my artificial horizon finally stopped wobbling as the pit. So it's the size of a peach pit in there. It finally stopped spinning, you guys, and this thing finally stopped wobbling. It was really cool. Yeah, Chili Beams, thanks for the noticing that. Yeah, I'll show my phone more often and ask you guys what you think. We're all starting to assemble as we finish the day, and Super Ty goes for lunch. I'll be doing the same. I got lunch. I've got pickleball right after lunch, and after pickleball, I've got a meeting with Sun and Fun as we work on our training videos. Twitch rudder keeps really twitching to the left. Did you also put in a flat spot in there? Make your dead spot maybe 1 notch, right? But it depends, Groovy, so what kind of sensors it has, right? If they're Hall effect sensors, I don't think you have moving parts you can clean, right? Well, maybe the actual rolling parts that you have. Yeah. The latest thing I did, Ace, on my Virpil stick was I got rid of the springs completely, and the stick just stays limp like that, like in a helicopter. And this thing has much better control in a helicopter now. It's not pulling me back to center, which in a helicopter is not realistic at all.
Sure.
In a plane, you know, when you have air over your ailerons and your air over your elevator, it can, in the higher velocities, it can pull your stick back to center. But in a helicopter, that's not going to happen. So once I took the springs off the other day, it's like, oh, my helicopter flying is so much better now. But you can't let go of the stick while it's still winding down.
I was gonna say.
Like you put on I did it once. I wrecked a mission, right? Because it's the old habit, right? Once you're landed, you can let go of your stick, and it was normally centering anyway. So there I was landed, and I've got the rotor brake on, and it's starting to spin down, and I let go of the stick, and the helicopter just went poof. Mission's failed. Like, wow. Okay then, better hold on to that stick until it stops spinning.
So you're probably not using that stick for for fixed wing aircraft then.
No, I still use yoke for fixed, and then the stick is for helicopter only now. Yeah. When I get back to Toronto, I'll be using the spade stick for the fixed wing, like for the Spitfire now, right? Same one Andrew has, right?
Oh.
And for all of you who are in chat but you haven't said anything, thanks for being here. Never be afraid to speak up and say something or ask a question. Really appreciate you being here. Just looking at the list now, and it's like, thanks for being here, you guys. And those of you on YouTube who tuned in, thanks for doing that. It's great. Thanks for being here. Maddie, you're always here, which is great. Please update your lessons to YouTube. On Tuesday nights, yeah, streaming on Tuesday nights. Right now I do that because the subscribers on Twitch are really paying for that. And so it's still an exclusive Twitch thing. So I'll have to just figure out the revenue stream part of it, because it's not fair. They pay for that on Twitch, and then I turn around and flip it for free on YouTube. So I have to figure that out, you guys. I'm still figuring out the YouTube thing, right? But thanks for that mention, yeah. Maddie says, usually have peanut butter landings. Peanut butter landings, I never heard of those, right? They're usually chunky. Oh, I get it. Had you ever heard that one before, Andrew? I've heard butter landings. I never heard peanut butter landings, but they're usually chunky, not smooth. Oh my God, I gotta remember that one. That's great. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a nice shot from Ace of Spades, you guys. Take a screen snap, put it into our screen snaps area. And I'm heading over to see what the group is looking at. And it seems to me they're really examining what's going on over here. Look. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh yes, they're doing it again. They're examining the taxi light, or the runway light. Yeah, that's it. Look at this. Is that cool or what? Ah. I need a picture of that. Just make sure that shows up. Lately, my NVIDIA snapshots aren't all showing up when they should. Let's just go make sure it's going into the right place. Yeah, it's not going there where it should. Maybe it's going over here to content, maybe. Make sure I got it. No, it's not there either. Maybe it's going to desktop. No, who knows where that snapshot went, you guys? I have no idea. So I'm gonna do a snapshot with a different snapshot tool. Yeah, the NVIDIA snapshot thing's now been putting them everywhere, so who knows where they go now. There we go. I got it. Come join us around the light, everybody. If Dr. No Thumb was here, he'd light a campfire. And Simu Flyer, I'm going to have to check my P38 thing. What else did I have to check, you guys? Something I'm supposed to check in my marketplace something. You guys mentioned this earlier.
The Aviator package content.
Right. It actually says Aviator Edition or something like that? Okay, I'll go check that.
Not in so many words.
Strap is right. We have seen this before, a runway light. Yeah, we have. Matter of fact, I used this as the poster last Saturday to talk about the moderator stream. There was a picture you actually did, Ace, I think. I used that, right? So there's the reward. We got ourselves a hype chest. Share. Whatever that is, yeah. Frog Ponder. Okay. That's cool.
Hey, babe, would you like a Pez?
Oh, yeah, that'll pass.
Blech!
So they claim,
Is
P
your
Delta.
favorite
They
steamer not
it
on?
could be the 18th, might be the 25th, could be later.
Say that again. What's that?
Oh, I was referring to P Delta for the marketplace launch in 2024.
Yeah, they say
It's coming with Sim Update 1, which they're aiming for the 18th. It could be the 25th. It might be later.
And Paul York himself said, yeah, it's slated for the 18th, but he says, I don't think it's going to happen. So, he's being honest. I mean, as far as a CEO can be honest, he's probably given us a heads up that it's not going to be there on the 18th. If it doesn't be there, at least he said it, because, you can see what's happened. I mean, he actually thought the sim would release on the day it released, and they did release it, but it wasn't ready, as we all know. So, he's now trying to be more realistic about things instead of promising, right? Yeah.
Basically, if they run into problems with the beta, they will delay it.
But good for them. You've seen this before. Remember, Nick from Hangar Studios was saying, I was going to release it. It's going to be another 2 weeks because I found some things I want to change. And we actually respect the fact that he's going to hold it off until it's right. And I think we should do the same with Microsoft. Like we saw what happens when you don't delay it. But, in their case, all their marketing said 2024. They could not delay it till 2025 because the name of the sim would be completely different. They got to change hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of labeling and branding. So, they had to get it out in 2024. And that
Unfortunately, with the marketplace, it's a two-edged sword because on the one hand, get it right. They need to get it right.
Yeah.
Especially after all the things they didn't get right in the launch.
Right.
But on the other hand, there are a lot of people that are dependent on this marketplace existing here at some point for their businesses.
And they got zero
some of these
revenue
developers have employees and stuff now. I mean, they're dependent on this.
Yeah.
So this is really hurting them.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, for these guys, the poor guys relying on that. And the 2020 marketplace, people aren't buying. They're just saying, I'm going to hold off till see what's happening in 24. So even though they're still in the marketplace for 2020, people aren't buying like they were. Yeah, so Paul, you're saying the sim worked, but that's not what people were complaining about. They were doing very complex things, doing airliners, IFR flights end to end. They were doing, sim brief stuff, and they were doing more things than we do. All of us, me included, had the sim working and flying. Already what the idiosyncrasies of career mode that are still there. ATC's clearing us to land on runway 14, but the squares guiding us into a runway were the opposite end of the runway, and many people in career mode are landing on the wrong runway and going, I followed the squares in. Yeah, but ATC told you to land on 14. So there's that kind of inconsistency, things that many wouldn't even know about or see, right? But even the plane models themselves, people are complaining that this avionics doesn't work right, that doesn't work right. I can't do VNav on that. I can't do this on. There's a lot of that, right?
There's a lot of stuff that's plane specific.
So
like
GA flying right away is easy, right?
P Delta must not have jumped into the PC-24 on day 2. because that didn't work. I mean, there was aircraft specific bugs and problems and stuff, and some of them still exist.
Yeah.
V1 versus V2 avionics and
Right. That whole
stock
thing.
in sim planes.
Yeah, and Paul, yeah, I lost money also being parked somewhere. I went in, I did a helicopter mission, and the helicopter in the hangar was bouncing off the ground. It was like boom. It's almost like it had rubber and air pressure or something. It was just sitting there idle, bouncing around, and all of a sudden, boom, straight over on its back. Mission lost, right? And when you do a mission lost, your reputation goes red, and your money goes red, and you know it's brutal. I've also had it happen when you say fly, let's go now, right? It's sitting in the hangar, everything's fine, and you say fly. You get out there, you go to do the walk around, and the helicopter starts to bounce, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, straight over on its back. It's like whoosh. And people are saying, I want a refund. Yeah, well, it's still got bugs, there's no doubt, right? We're living it. But, you know, thankfully it's not our real money. It's credits. Okay, I'll go do another few missions on a normal plane and get my credits back, and eventually, you know, those will be behind us. We won't. But yeah, overall, you guys, I'm happy with the sim too. I'm flying it. I don't know how many hundreds of hours now. Having a ball. I'm doing things I never did in the sim in the past. I'm doing rescues with a hoist. I'm doing going with a bush plane into the mountains to find somebody who's lost. I mean, I'm doing stuff and getting rewarded for it. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't give up career mode either. Yeah. So there's some people who've never gone near it yet. But yeah, I wouldn't give it up. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here on Saturday. It's been fun. We'll go over to Andrew's screen for a second and see what he's looking at. And I see you got something up on your screen called the Creator Hub. What's that, Andrew? Tell us what that is. We can see the Say Intentions bar, but what's the Creator Hub thing?
That's from Orbix. That was that goes along with the DBF that I have.
With the what?
The Grumman Avenger.
Ah, so the Grumman Avenger gives you that. Okay, I was just wondering what that was on your screen. Yeah. And Kiwi, you're absolutely right. 2020 had issues. You guys, we couldn't even do float planes. You couldn't even come out of the water with a float plane with wheels. I mean, float planes were a joke. They were actually above the water, like 5 feet or some foolish thing, right? If you got down close to a float plane, all we had was the Icon A5. And we had troubles left and right. And then we had fixes, and then we had updates, and then we had patches. And you know what, I keep telling people from the very start that Supertie is the first one that mentioned this to me. I kept saying it's vaporware. 2024 is vaporware. They show us nice screens. We have no idea how good it is. Stick with 2020 until you're ready to move. People moved right away, and then they complained. I said, you guys, you had a stable sim, and you moved to the new one, and now you're complaining. So go back to the old one. Oh, I uninstalled it. You don't need to uninstall the old one, you guys. The old one took up a lot of space, but the new one doesn't take up much at all. I think we're probably close to 20 gigs max. And then there is still a cache in there, but you know, that's nothing like the old one. You can leave the old one there and go back to it if you need to, like I've done. Anyway, we'll see you Tuesday. Tuesday is our lesson night, and it's a lesson on night flying. For those of you who love night flying and the serenity of it all, that's what we're doing on Tuesday. It's going to be fun. We'll be giving away a couple of Say Intentions cheat sheets. We'll be mailing them out to you, whoever wins that on Tuesday, every Tuesday. And we're going to learn about the idiosyncrasies about night flying, the pros, the cons, the illusions in flight. And it's actually a certification that you need to get when you're a pilot in real life. The Tuesday after is going to be the prep for the landing competition, which will happen on the 22nd. So we got 2 Tuesdays lined up in a row for things to learn. It's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be on our Twitch channel, you guys. And it's going to be a riot. Anyway, thanks for crowding around the runway light, everybody. And we'll see you guys in another stream soon. Say goodbye, Andrew.
Goodbye, Andrew.
Say goodbye, Ace.
Goodbye, Ace.
You guys are so cooperative. That's so cool. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. Take care. We'll go ahead to credits now as soon as I find them right here. There we go. Have a good one.